All right, we're back. It's another week of Different Kind of Genius. I'm your host, André Kufé. Big shout out to Griffin Burger once again. If you live in Ballarat, you should be eating their food. All right, back to business as usual. With me today, it's always someone special. We tried to rehearse a little introduction, but I told you I'd fuck it up. So here we are now. But with me today, I got the homie TL.
Yeah.
TL, what's happening, my brother?
Not much, my man. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I really appreciate this. I've actually been watching some of your podcasts lately, and man, what you do and the people that you get here is really inspirational, and I'm just so happy that I get to be here, and be part of it all.
Brother, thank you so much for that. And you wouldn't be here if you weren't worthy of being here.
Thank you.
That says a lot about yourself. You do a lot of dope shit.
100%. I try to anyway.
You try to?
Yeah.
Well, shit. I know what a man like you gets up to. Tell the people. What's TL do?
Well, I'm currently the national champion and state champion, 4-time state champion. Currently training in training camp right now, preparing for nationals again. Looking to try, protect my state title, and actually not state title, my national title, so yeah.
For doing what?
For doing boxing, yeah.
There you go. That's sick. Man, that's fucking quite an achievement.
Yeah, no, it is. But I didn't get there, and I didn't get there fast, and it wasn't easy. It took my time as well. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, fuck. You brought us into that.
That's it.
How did you end up boxing?
So when I've always been into fighting all my life, and when I was younger, I've been into a few altercations and stuff like that. And I've always loved, fighting in front of people and stuff like that. So I remember when I was younger, I had one of my mates, and he was supposed to fight this kid at the hype, and there was big hype about it, man. I swear, there was so much hype about it, and we went there, right, and there was a few of the boys were there and that, and no one was fighting.
How old were you at this stage? Just for reference?
I was about 12.
And 12. You're how old now?
I am 19 now.
So wait, was that like a proper fight, or was that like
a proper fight? So it was organised, and it was at the Winton High Pipe, just right next to Splashdown. So yeah, and it took so long, man. It's gonna be a 4-on-4, 2-on-2, and it just led up to no one fighting, and then people were like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go home. Fuck it, no one's gonna fight." And I was like, "Fuck it, I'll fight him." And then I ended up fighting him, and then that gave me a little bit of burst of adrenaline, you know what I mean? Fighting in front of a crowd, people cheering you on, having a circle around you and stuff like that. So I've always been, I've always loved, fighting in front of a crowd and stuff like that. But it was only until 2017 where I thought I could, all my life I thought I could fight.
Okay.
I literally thought I could fight. But at the same time, everybody can defend themselves to a certain extent. And that's true. But at the same time, I never realised that I couldn't fight.
That you couldn't fight? Couldn't
fight until I went into the gym. When I went into the gym, I realised then and there that I couldn't fight for shit. So
what highlighted that to you?
What highlighted me to go in the gym? Well,
No, how did you know that you couldn't fight for shit?
Oh, seeing some of the people in the gym.
Like what, with their technique and stuff like that?
Their technique, some of the moves they were doing, just everything in general. When I went into the gym and when my trainer was teaching me, Jack, and he actually, when I watched...
his full name, just for reference?
Jack Light.
Jack Light?
Yeah, Jack Light. So, yeah, he's very talented, bro, and he's such a nice person, and I couldn't thank him enough for, bringing him in and teaching me what he teach me, because he's shaped me as a person as I am today. But when I went in there, right, and I had a mate called Liam. Yeah, Liam was there, and he actually showed me, boxing. He's like, you should come to boxing and stuff like that, because I've known Liam for quite a while now, and I've known Marley as well, and the thing is, Marley used to say, you should come into boxing because I've got a mate, Liam, that boxes. And I was like, oh, yeah, really? And he's like, yeah, he's really, really good. And he boxes out in Leopold and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a crack. And this was in 2016. And I went in 2 or 3 times. I didn't really, get into it that much. But
didn't vibe with it?
Yeah, I didn't vibe with it that much. But it was only until 2017 I came back. And this is a quote from my mate. He was like, if you really want to get into something, you have to get into it. You can't half-ass it, TL. You actually really have to commit, you know what I mean?
Straight up, bro.
And the moment that he said that, it clicked, I said I wanted to do something. I want to be something. And I want to, I want to show my friends and my family that I could do something else rather than just be the normal TL that they thought I was, And from then on, that's when I went to the gym. And it was the love that the trainer was giving me, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I'll go to some gyms and, some gyms would be like, they'll only show you respect and they'll only show you love if they feel like you've got the natural ability.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if you go there and they won't really show you anything unless, you know, they see something from you. You know what I mean? Once they see that, look, this kid might be all right, we'll give him a bit of time, you know what I mean? But with him, he showed me love and guidance throughout the whole thing.
So from the very beginning?
From the very beginning.
Did he see something in you from the start?
He said he did. He said he did, yeah. And that's something I didn't really see in myself, you know? I never knew that I'd be to where I am now, you know? And it was only it was only in 2017, halfway through it, where I knew what I wanted to do. You know, I got a taste of being in the ring for the first time. I got a taste of the spectators. I got a taste of actually, you know, being in there and then thinking all my hard work that I've trained for, this guy's trying to take it off me.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? This guy's trying to take everything you've worked for this year, he's going to try to take it off you. And that's when I knew that I wanted to be a fighter. And that's when I knew that boxing was just, you know, where I wanted to be. And I feel like I was here for it because I love it so much. And still got a lot of things that I got to work on, but that's the good thing about it, you know. You're never going to know everything. There's always going to be that move. There's always going to be that trick that you're always going to learn. And that's the good thing about my trainer as well, because he always tells me, I'm not going to teach you everything. You're going to go home, you're going to watch something, you're going to watch some boxing, get something from whoever you watch, you know what I mean? And then he tells me, and you're going to come to me, and then you're going to tell me about it. And I won't know anything about it. I've never seen it before.
True.
But that's the whole process, you know what I mean? We're here to learn together. And he will show me some things, and I'll be like, no, that's not for me. That's all right. It's there. It's knowledge that I've got in the back of my head. So when something turns to shit, and I haven't got, you know, and I can't deal with anything, maybe I might try that one thing that he showed me, you know what I mean? There's a time and a place for everything. He shows me all these options. If I like it, I'll keep it. If I don't, I'll leave it alone.
Straight up. And then the best thing about that is he can show you something, you will remember it, and then you might not use that move exactly, but it might be one of the little things like how you like angle your foot in a certain way. Like you can learn something small from anything.
Oh, see, he's still on my back to this day. He reckons that I still need to work on my placement in my foot because I rely more on my reflexes and my fast agility. Yeah, you know, I got a little bit of punching power, but at the same time, I rely more in and out. You know what I mean? I just play it safe. You know what I mean? Beat you on points, and you know, basically win with less effort. You know what I mean? Hit and not be hit. You know,
Mayweather style. Bro.
Yeah, that's it. And that's the thing. He still reckons that I've still got a lot more power that I could possess and, you know, put out if I just plant my feet a bit more wider. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's got those little things. If you angle your punch a bit higher, you know what I mean, and if you take your time a bit more. Don't go straight for speed. There's a time and a place for something. In my last fight, I realized that the complete most.
What did you realize?
Because when I had him hurt in the corner, clicked in my head. It's a time and place for everything. I widened up my feet. I got to it, and I worked more on power shots. I didn't work more on, you know, fast and agility. And I ended up getting a standing 8 count on the kid. So
true.
That goes to show.
You got a what?
A standing 8 count.
What's that?
So that's when the ref jumps in and gives the guy an 8 count and says until he's all right. So I stunned him a little bit, and then we recovered a little bit, and then the battle went, and I had no time to finish him off.
Snap.
So that kind of sucked as well. Yeah.
So what did you get that win then from points?
Yeah, I got the win from points comfortably, won every single round. I'll admit I learnt so much from that fight in terms of what I could do and in terms of my ability and my opposite stance as well. Because I've been training a lot in my opposite stance, so I've been sparring in my opposite stance.
So is opposite stance like almost like you right-handed, but then you're riding left-handed?
Yeah. That's it. So when I punch, my hardest hit is my right. So when I'm throwing my right cross, that's a hard hit. But now I'm switching it over. So instead of my jab being my left, my jab is my right. Yeah. And everything reverses. And it's kind of good because I love it so much because I'm learning all over again. And I'm doing things all over again. And it just makes it a lot more fun and a lot more interesting. And it's also good as well because when you're in the ring with someone and there might be an opening, but you don't know it. But then if you change to the opposite stance, you'll see openings in like different angles and different directions. And it becomes, it gives you more variety. And it also, you know, switches it up. You know, I might come out orthodox, next round come out southpaw. You can never adapt. You can't.
Not while you're fighting. Not while you're trying to dodge punches. Like, you're just like, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
You can only focus on one thing in the ring, and it's just like, Jesus.
And when you're in the ring, it's more of a technical standpoint. You know what I mean? You got to look at, you know, where's he placing his feet? Where's he placing his hands? What idiosyncrasies does he have? You know what I mean? How if I pop a feint, is he gonna put his hand down and try to protect to the body, or is he gonna put his hand up and try to protect and leave one place vulnerable? So that's where you got to think in the technical standpoint of it. You know what I mean? It's more like a game of chess.
100%.
You know, so it's not just like the old brawls where you'd go to the backyard.
You just scrapping.
You'd have a few friends and it'll just scrap in the back.
Yeah.
It's more of like the smartest person will win. That's
Interesting.
it. The guy that thinks more will win. The guy that wants him more will win.
But that makes sense from everything you're saying. Like, in everything that you have to observe, like how someone's feet are, looking for an opening, like that whole time, you have to constantly be thinking.
That's it.
While trying to dodge a punch. It's like, that shit's not easy.
It's not. It really isn't. But it all comes into time. You put the time into anything, anyone can be anything. And that's the thing. See, I never thought that I'd be where I'm at today. But what did I do? I put the time and effort into it, and I enjoyed it as well. So that's one thing you gotta do. You gotta enjoy what you do. You gotta. If you don't enjoy what you do, the moment that you don't enjoy it, that's the moment you start slacking off.
That's the moment you don't want it anymore.
That's
and
it.
And then it becomes completely obvious.
That is it.
But so take us through that. So what time, effort, and energy did you have to put in to get to this far? Like, how do you even become an amateur boxing champ? Like, how does that even happen?
So I started training. When I started training, I kept on training, and he saw that, you know, I wanted to take it, you know, to the next level. He saw I wanted to take it to the next step, just by, you know, my posture, the way that I was going about things. You know what I mean? I was staying back after training, you know, observing. Each time he would show me something, and I'd be like, I'm always like, you know, the hyperactive. I'm always in the gym. I'm always like, you know, the one that, you know, just always funny and, you know, easygoing and just love it there. And he saw that that I was really taking in the knowledge, because I'll be practicing at home. I'll be going for my runs, and I'll be just showing, like, asking questions after training. I'll be there for an extra half an hour. You know what I mean? Talking to him and just.
You're showing him that you give a fuck.
Yeah, showing him that I actually care. And like till to this day, he shows me something. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I just skits out. And I'm like, damn, I love that. Yeah. I love that. And that's when, like, you know, if I like something, he's like, we'll keep it, and we'll work on it. And I tell him about everything. You know, I tell him you know, there's something I need to work on. I feel like I'm not really good at it. Like, lately, I feel like my balance is not really good in southpaw. And he's like, it'll come. It'll come. Just
give it time.
Man. It'll come. And the thing is about it, you can't rush things. So what got me to where I was is I didn't rush things. And my trainer didn't rush me. You know? He took his time to develop me so I could get all these wins and be how I am. He didn't just chuck me straight in the deep end straight away. No, he didn't. He nurtured me, you know. He mentored me. He coached me. He took care of me, you know. And it's that type of feeling that makes me more motivated, you know. Because if I had a trainer who just thought, he's natural athletic ability, you know, I'll just chuck him in there straight away, you know.
Let's see how he fights.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. So, like, there's these kids that are, you know, I've seen it all the time. Kids that are going for state titles, and they're not even, you know, they haven't even been taught how to feint. You know what I mean? They haven't even taught the basics.
They can take a punch and
throw a punch. But they can take a punch and throw a punch. And yeah, that's it. We'll chuck him in there.
Yeah.
We'll chuck him in there. And it's just like, that's kind of unfair. So there's some kids that I see all the time. If you actually taught them a bit of boxing knowledge, they could actually go really, really far. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? So what he did with me is he waited until I had all my skills up. And one of the main thing was the defense. He wanted to make sure that I could be in there and protect myself without, you know, getting bashed or anything like that. And then...
Bro, that's how you should be taught fighting first.
Legit. You need to learn how to protect yourself. You can't go in there with just, like, you know, the basics and think you're going to get out of it, you know what I mean? You need to also know how to, you know, set up punches, you know what I mean? What is he trying to set you up for? That's the thing, you know what I mean? I've been inspiring my trainer all the time, and, you know, he sets me up with just little cheeky shots and stuff like that. And that's how I learn.
That's the only way to learn.
Legit. Because after it, we talk about it, and he's like, I know you're going to do this, so I do this. And I set you up for this because each time I'm going back, you just come and follow me. And that's when I just, you know, get you with a check left hook or something. You know what I mean? So
you step to him.
Yeah, so I'm going to him, charging at him, and just boom, turns me. and goes the other way. I'm just like, oh, damn. Or I'll have my hand down. One of the worst things, what I've actually gotten a lot better with it now, like each time I'd engage, and after I'm engaged and I'll finish my combo or I finish my moves, and then I'd get out, and sometimes I'd have my hand down, and that's when he would clip me.
True.
We've been constantly working on that, because he always tells me that sometimes I don't realize that the combination's finished, so I relax. So I'll dip down, duck a few of your shots, and then I'll be like, oh, it's all gone. And boom, I get hit with that one lucky last shot. And that's the one thing I need to work on as well. So he spots all that, and then he lets me know about it, and then we both work on it together.
But bro, it's important because from the sound of things, it sounds like, one, you care about what you do, and he cares about you. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, like, that would have...
It's chemistry, man.
Yeah, and it would have rushed you. Legit. So... what was the moment when he realised you were ready for your first fight?
I was sparring one of my sparring mates, and at the start, I won't lie, he used to actually get it over me. Like, he's a very talented kid. He's a very, very bright kid, and I really appreciate all the things he does for me to this day. You know, his name is Brian Barra, and to this day, like, you know, he still helps me out, gives me messages and stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to start like an online business and stuff like that. He made me a website and stuff like that. So he's a very nice and genuine guy. So I was sparring him for a while, and when I was sparring him, he could see that, you know, I'm improving and I'm getting better because me and him were getting even, and it was to the point where it was competitive. Yeah. It wasn't like he's, you know, giving me jabs and my head's going, snapping back, and I'm getting frustrated trying to come in, and he's snapping me back and stuff like that. It was to the point where it was like we were at the same level, you know what I mean? We were actually getting some quality sparring in. And he saw it, and he saw that I was getting better, and he saw that, you know, he was always as he is. And then he was like, you know, how do you feel like doing an exhibition at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Festival, you know, and there's going to be, like, you know, a whole bunch of, you know, different acts on and like different fights on as well, heaps of cards. There was MMA on, there was jiu-jitsu, there was like crazy stuff. There was, I think the CrossFit Championships was there as well.
True, so they did everything.
There was a bit of everything there. So it was my first fight. There was the spectators, the amount of people that were there, easily around 200, 300 people. Jeez. And that was like for your first fight as well. And it was just like the environment I was in made me more hyped and more pumped as well. Because I was in there with other fighters. I saw MMA, I saw jiu-jitsu, I saw just a whole variety of combat sports. And I was like, yeah, shit, this is good, this is hot, this is popping, you know what I mean?
Was there any doubt at all with all the people?
So with all the people, that's a good question. Very, very good question. I'll admit, I had a lot of butterflies. So when I was there, I was like, how am I going to do? What was going to happen? And all this stuff. And the only thing that got me through it was the knowledge. So
the belief in yourself that you trained hard enough.
The belief in myself, because I knew, like, he wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't ready. You know. So when I had that thought in my mind, I was like, I'm ready.
Oh, because he reassured you as well. Because as you said, he wouldn't rush you. So the fact that he's like, opportunities present itself, you're ready. How hungry are you? And it's almost, that's when you acknowledge that within yourself. You're like, I'm here for a reason. That's it.
And that's when, because when you asked me, I was shocked. I was like, damn, like, this is a big thing, you know what I mean? Like, how am I going to take this, you know? But I said yes straight away. Boom. Like, I was not letting it slide.
Yeah, but you said yes, and then you're like, oh, fuck.
I went home, I reevaluated, had a thought to myself. I was like, shit, this is actually happening, you know what I mean? And I was like, damn, like, I'm about to go do this right now, like, for real.
And how'd you go?
How'd I go? It was amazing, actually. It was an exhibition. So what an exhibition is, you know, it's basically like a sparring match. So there's no winner, there's no loser. Both hands get raised up at the end of the bout. Yep. It goes for 3 minutes, and you get 2 minutes in each round. And no, it goes for 3 rounds. You get 2 minutes in each round. Sorry about that. And then at the end of it, it's more basically for experience. So it was getting used to the spectators, getting used to the crowd, being in the actual environment where I'm fighting outside the gym, and I got someone at my corner telling me what to do, and I go back in there and execute what I needed to do.
So it's like, yeah, it's an exhibition. So it's pretty much they're replicating the real fight without a real winner. Like, it's like, it's a showcase. You're there to show off your ability.
100%. And from then, I really, really surprised myself. I was so happy with my performance. Like, so happy. Like, it was amazing. Like, I loved it as well because like the people that were around me, like they're like boo, ah, ooh, ah, and it
you
was
feed off that,
yeah,
bro.
like
It's their
I was
energy.
loving it. I was hungry, and I think at the end of it, like when he was like, you know, because I love the encouragement that he gives me.
Your
He gives
coach?
me the encouragement, like, you're doing well, TL. Keep your hands up a little bit, and he tells me like what I need to do. When I go in there, I'm confident because he's picked off my flaws from the last round. He told me the openings as well. Mate, look, I couldn't have seen the openings, but he's seen it as well. So he's there to guide you because maybe sometimes you might not see an opening, but he can. So at the end of the round, he's like, TL, he's doing this, he's doing that. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, and that's when you go do it. You know, it's harder than it seems though. It really is.
Oh, bro, like there'd be so much that goes into it. So keep going though. So you had the first exhibition. Then when was the real fight? The first fight where there was a winner and a loser.
So I had my first exhibition. I was training constantly, and then that year, I went and fought for the title. So it was all said and done. Got the big title.
So you won it?
Yeah. But it was sad because there was no one in my weight division, so I won it by walkover.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So, but I still did an exhibition, another one.
Yeah.
With my mate Jake. Very talented fighter. He weighs about 64 kilos and bigger than me. And also, he was very talented at the time. I was very raw at the time. But the funny thing is, this is where I'm talking about the nurturing and the coaching and the looking after you. You know what I mean? Because that year I actually got selected to go for nationals.
Okay.
In 2017. So he said to me, he didn't tell me about this or anything like that. You know what I mean? He's just like, he kept him by himself. He's like. But I think he told me like a few months later, he's like, you know, you did know you got selected to go to nationals. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, but I didn't want you to go then because you were a little bit raw, you're a bit rusty, and you still needed a lot of things you needed to work on. And that's the funny thing as well because that was so true. I so believed in him as well. I was like, yeah, no, damn, you're right about that. Because this is what he said. He's like, what's the point of me taking you to nationals? Yeah, when you've only had basically no fights, really, and you're going to fight for the Australian title, yeah? What's the point of me taking you all the way out there, and then you lose your first fight, yeah? And then you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? But there goes everything that I've worked for down the drain, you know what I mean? I've lost courage, I've lost faith in myself. I'm like, oh, I just went and done this and done that, and now I've lost. What was the point of me going all the way out there and then doing that if there's a possibility of me losing because of my abilities weren't up to date yet? You know what I mean? So he looked after me in that way. He waited for the right time and he waited for the right moment for me to excel. And in 2018, that was my year, baby. That was definitely my year.
So what happened, bro? Tell us.
Big fights. I had my first fight. I wish I knew the date, but it was early the year. I fought against some 40-year-old.
True.
Yeah, so I was
18. He
18.
was in your weight division?
I was 18 at the time. Oh, he looked, I swear, yeah, he was in my weight division. So I was weighing 54 at the time. And he was literally absolutely, like, he was massive. I didn't even think he was my weight. Yeah, so I won on points comfortably. And it was nice. And then I had my second fight and it was outside in the rain.
You fought outside in the rain?
Bro, it was the worst thing. My boxing shoes, my socks were drenched. Everything was absolutely, it was stuffed. We were training, you know cricket? Cricket courts? And I had like the cricket tent and stuff like that.
Like the nets and
That's
shit.
where I was training, man. That's where I was training. They literally had it at there was like a football oval in front of us and they had it just like right beside the football oval.
True.
Legit. It's probably one of the weirdest places to have an amateur fight, and it was definitely the worst day ever. The weather was absolutely shit. It was
Surprised they didn't cancel it.
They didn't cancel it, man. All the fights still went on, and that was my second fight. And I versed this kid named Rajabi, and yeah, I stopped. I got a standing 8 count on him as well, and I could have stopped him, but then the time went and it was over. Like the last punch I got on him, I put a blinder to his eye, like that, and then came out with the right hook, and his jaw just went boom. And legit, if I had a couple more minutes, bang, that would have been gone.
He was gone.
And that was my second fight, and I really enjoyed that fight. That was a good fight as well. And then I went in the ring like 14, 15 times.
That year?
That whole entire year.
Fuck.
I had 7 fights, and then 7 actual fights, and the rest were exhibitions.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very, very good year for me in terms of the experience as well.
So was that 7 dubs?
Huh?
Did you get 7 wins?
Yeah, 7 wins. Yeah.
I love how you said that so you're like, huh? Yeah, 7 wins.
Huh?
I was like, yes, bro.
Nah, definitely. Yeah, it was. I learned a lot through all of them as well, and that's when I got my confidence up. You know, I knew what I could do. I knew what I could do with that weight division. I knew I could do just in general. I knew that my skills were intact. I knew that, I actually, I might have a gift here, you know what I mean? I might have something special here, And it wasn't until the Victorian titles. That fight was insane, man. That fight was insane.
What year was this? Was this 2019?
2018.
That's when the Vic titles were?
Yeah, Vic titles were out. Because I won it last year, and then I won it again. And then in 2018, when I was preparing for the big titles, that was insane, man. I pushed myself to the absolute max. I was running 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night. I was in bed, yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to bed. I was like, boom, what is my opponent doing right now? He's in bed, isn't he? What am I doing? I'm working. So let's go put in this fucking work, baby. It was raining, everything happened. I didn't let nothing stop me. Until to this day, I don't let nothing stop me till.
Never should.
Not to this day, until he told me that I overtrained. My
okay.
trainer is like, man, you gotta stop this overtraining, man. You overtrain too much. It's like you need to calm down because soon you'll get exhausted. And I had all the people coming in for the gym telling me, TL, man, you need to kick back. You know what I mean? You need to chill out.
Yeah, bro. Rest is just as important.
Legit. But the Victorian titles, I remember when I was preparing for it. When I was doing the pads, I remember when I was, when I was just walked into the arena, I was just on point the whole entire time. Like, what I was thinking throughout the whole entire camp when I was actually training, I was thinking, this is the biggest fight of my life. It wasn't like I'm not getting no walk. I'm fighting for this. You know what I mean? I want to fight for this, and this is. I was thinking when I got there, I was thinking this kid wants to take away everything that I've got. He wants to take. Everything that I've worked hard for this year, he wants to take it away just like that. You know what I mean?
You don't give it to him, bro.
I'm not going to give it to him. I'm not going to give it to him at all. And that's when, when I was training, I could tell I was sharp as, like I was, I got in there, I executed it. I didn't get him down, but I was so happy with my performance in terms of like what I was doing was, I was fighting at my own pace, you know what I mean? I didn't let him dictate the fight at any time.
So you had control the entire time?
The whole entire time. And that's when I knew that the control that I had in the ring. And that's when I knew that it was so important because sometimes my first handful of fights, I had control of the fight, but I got sucked in.
Sucked in? What do you mean?
You get hit.
True.
What do you want to do?
You want to hit him back?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Legit.
So you start throwing him?
Not giving a fuck about if you're going to get hit here, going to get hit there. Don't care. Come in reckless. I was one of those, and that comes from, the street brawling, that mentality, when someone hits you, you gotta get him back.
Yeah.
And my first handful of fights were a little bit like that.
Yeah, they were brawled like that. You have to start somewhere.
They were a little bit like that, yeah. But the state championships, it was not like that at all. I boxed him perfectly fine. I got with my jab. I got him with shots where I'll even surprise myself. I was like, whoa. Damn, I didn't think I was going to do that.
So what happened after you won?
After I won...
that's taken us up to the start of 2019, isn't it?
Yeah, after I won, I was stoked. I was happy.
You were feeling yourself. You had every right to be.
There was no partying or anything like that because Nationals was just like a couple weeks away.
True. So you were back to back.
I was straight back into the gym and I was straight back to training again. This time, even harder than I was before. And training for Nationals was absolutely insane. Like I the whole entire time, I was just thinking, fuck, I'm going to fight the best in the country. I've just bet the best in my state. Now I'm going to go fight the best in my country.
Yeah, man. And you haven't really given yourself enough. Like, you're lucky you didn't get hurt. There was nothing like sore. Like, a few weeks, it's not a long time.
It was a lot to take in because my trainer was like, you know what? You're ready. You're ready. And the good thing about it is, leading up to the Nationals, I was sparring my trainer.
True.
So my sparring sessions was all with him. I was sparring him and Shay. Shay was one of the heavyweight boxers right now. He's amazing actually. He's really, really, really good.
He'd be a big boy.
Yeah, big boy, really, really big boy. Yeah, he's currently I think 6-0 right now in the professional ranks as well. So he's going up there and he's got a lot of talent as well. Very, very sharp, very, very fast for a big boy. Very, very fast for a big boy.
Light on his feet.
Yeah, and so I was sparring them two, and they were both professionals at the time as well. So as I was sparring them two, I thought to myself, there is no one in Australia that's gonna beat me if I'm sparring them two.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? I'm going to go there versus someone my weight, my age. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. So when I was sparring him and I realized that, like, you know, I was doing good in some of the sparring sessions, you know what I mean? I was like, I could never hit him though. I could never ever
coach.
hit my coach. I could never hit him.
True.
Till to this day, even ask my missus, like we always try to when we watch a video, we always like, what shot did I get him with? And I always just skin him. Just skin him. But it's the defense for me that makes me happy. Because when he tries to get me back, and I'm defending Duck and Lunder and like doing things that I'm so proud of because he's actually, you know, at the level that he's at, I'm like, God damn, you know what I mean? Like if I'm doing this with him, like wait until I get something with someone else, you know what I mean? So it boosts your confidence up a lot and it makes you a lot happy, even though he's only going so easy. You know what I mean?
But it's just the fact that he's a professional and you know he'll catch you slipping.
Yeah, no,
so you
100%.
can't leave any openings.
Can't leave any openings. And he, as I'm sparring there with him, he would, you know, give me, you know, little tips and pointers and stuff like that. Hit me with over the head when they said your hands down and stuff like that. So he's
Yeah, so after that you don't keep your hand down. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, my hands are now up here.
Yeah, they're up there 100%. So sparring him and sparring Shay was one of the best things I could ever do. I could actually ever do leading up to a national title.
And then so what happened when we got to nationals?
When I got to nationals, I'll admit, I wasn't even nervous. It was weird because I wasn't even nervous. Like on the plane, I wasn't nervous. I didn't even think how big it was.
Oh, so you had to fly for a few of your fights
I had to
too.
fly to Tassie.
True.
It was in Tasmania. Yeah, so I had to go to Tasmania. It was down under. It was crazy. And we stayed in Hobart. And yeah, we fought at the town hall in Hobart. And the fights went on for 3 days as well. So it was amazing because when we got there, we just saw like the amount of networking that I did there. It was good. It was good. It was really good. So I met other boxers from different states. I met some professional boxers as well. I met people like Luke Jackson and stuff like that. Like he actually fought for a world title and stuff
Just
like that.
a whole bunch of people
Just
you all have the same sort of goal.
Yeah, legit.
So you're all going to feed off each other. Like you're all
Legit.
going to, like you want to learn about the next man because you're like, these are all people that have done what I'm trying to do. So it's like, what can you teach me?
Legit. So when we were there, it was surprising because like it didn't even hit me because I didn't even get no nerves or anything like that. And that was a really weird thing about it because like, you know, you're there and you're watching other people fight and stuff like that. And you know, I weighed in on this 27th and I weighed like on the first day. So when I weighed in on the first day, I weighed I think it was 54 flat. I weighed in the second day, I weighed like 54.7 or something.
True.
And then I weighed in on the it was so bad because then I weighed in on the last day and I weighed 53. So I dropped.
Yeah, you were dropping
I dropped
weight.
weight. I don't know. It might have been it might have been the nerves from at the end because I only had nerves at the end. But at the start, I had no nerves at all.
Oh, so it's the day of. That's when
The
it all kicked in.
the day of was absolutely insane. I've never been so nervous. In terms of nerves,
Because it all caught up with you at once almost.
Yeah, it wasn't like I'm scared. It was more the butterflies. I'm pumped. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Like it's now. It's like it's actually happening. You know what I mean? Like I'm representing my state right now.
Yeah, it's
you know
your
what I mean?
moment.
Yeah, this is me. This is everything I worked for this whole entire year. This is all up to now. And when I went to nationals, I got told some pretty shocking news as well because I got told that I'm gonna be fighting the person who actually won it last year.
True.
So he's defending it this year. And like, he was really, really good in that. And like when I was talking to someone like, you know, people around there, like, yeah, no, he's good. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh shit, you know, how am I gonna go and stuff like that. But when I got to preparing for it, to actually not sparring, I mean, like, you know, hitting the pads and warming up and stuff like that, I didn't care who the fuck he was.
You
I
shouldn't.
didn't care how many fights he had. I didn't care where he came from. I didn't care who he is. I didn't care what nationality. I didn't care what. I didn't give two fucks.
Just a man, bro. Just like you.
Legit. And when like the lead up, the walk was probably the most intense walk of my life.
Oh, when you walk into the ring?
When I walked to the venue.
Oh, true.
So when we packed up my bags, got my gear, got my gloves, got my shoes, got everybody, and we're walking there, knowing that today is the day, tonight is the night that I'm about to go do this. The walk, I shut up. The whole walk. I had my headphones in, I was just pumping them. I walked and the walk was so intense. Like it was the most. I don't know how to describe the walk because that walk was just.
You're in your zone.
I was
and
in
there was
my
nothing that could take you out of your zone.
I was in my zone, and I've never felt that feeling ever in my life. And
Interesting.
never, ever, ever, like never, ever. Like when I was fighting, like I get the boost of adrenaline. Being the walk, knowing that you're going to go in there and fight for national title, I've never experienced anything like it before. Never experienced that fight. Because even when I'm going for, like, even the States was quite a crazy, build up as well. Like, I felt quite a lot of nerves as well, but quite a lot of butterflies, quite a lot of energy as well. But I've never felt it as I did in that walk. Like, that walk was intense. And the funny thing is when I got to the venue and I started training and everything, it all just calmed down.
Mm-hmm.
It all calmed down because I was thinking, now's the time. And when I relaxed, I felt like I handled it a lot better. Because when I relaxed, it was just sort of like, yeah, baby, let's go get it.
It's like, now's the time.
Let's go get it, you know what I mean? I went in there and I won every single round. And the funny thing is, I got him hurt.
How early?
In the second.
True.
But I didn't realise it. I sort of did, but I didn't, So I hit him with a lag right to the body, and he's like, I just kept on chilling. Because I love boxing. So I didn't jump in there and finish him off straight away. I just kept on boxing, kept on chilling, and I gave him time to recover. And it was when I went back to the corner, my trainer was like, you did realise you got him hurt really, really bad then. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, you really, like, you fucked his shit up. I was like, God damn. Like, damn, you know what I mean?
It's like, got to do that again now.
Yeah, I got to do that again now. But yeah, I ended up just like wanting the experience in there at the end of it. So when I was in there, I was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? I'm not going to get a shot back again. What's the point of finishing this guy so quick? If I've worked so hard for this, just to knock him out and just get it over and done with. Let's go the whole way, you know what I mean?
You got lucky, you didn't catch you slipping though.
No, he didn't catch me slipping. I don't even think he really caught me with a clean shot, in all honesty.
True. So it was like you had the control again.
Yeah, the control came from my last fight. Once I had that control in that fight, I knew what I could do. I knew that if I had everything in control, I didn't let him get to his rhythm. That's the thing. The thing is about rhythm. You got to break people's rhythm.
Yeah,
you can't let them get into their rhythm. You can't let them get into their mojo. And you fight whenever they don't want to fight. So whenever they come in, they want to mix it with you, don't fight. Kick your defense up. Get him away. Get to the back to the middle of the ring. Get out to the center. The engage has started again. Boom. Now you do what you want to do. You fight at your pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, after he's exerted all the energy for trying to swing at you.
Take your time. Take your time. Don't rush things. That's the thing about my last fight. I realized I learned so much off my last fight because at the end of it, I was trying to finish him. I was trying to knock him out. I was trying to get him, but then didn't think about me. Didn't think about take your time, push back. The knockout will come if you just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? I went looking for it. That's why I didn't knock him out. If I had just kept on sticking to my game plan, I would have got him. I would have finished him. You know what I mean? I already got standing out count on him. He was ready to go. But I got hungry. I got too keen. I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but I got too excited.
Yeah.
I got too excited. For it. Too, very, very excited, actually. To the point where it didn't happen.
Because you don't get lazy, but because you're too excited, you're just like, oh, that's my opening. And you take it.
And you get careless. And then you don't think about yourself. Because in some fights, you gotta people don't understand. When you're in there, you got to think about your breathing. You got to think about how you're handling things, you know what I mean? If you're breathing a little bit too heavy, you know what I mean? What are you going to do? There's certain spots where you take a breather. There's certain spots where, it's more physical than anything, It's people think it's more about strength. Like if you're a bigger man, you use your strength on me, you know what I mean? And that's when I was sparring back in the olden days, a lot of people just like use a lot of their strength on me.
Try to bully you kind of thing.
And I couldn't get any of my shots off until I started to realize that I had strength in me too. So when I used a little bit my strength, it sort of made me realize that there's certain spots where you use your strengths and there's certain spots where to breathe. So for example, if we're in a clinch and we're wrapping up, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Push off. That's it. And go again. You know what I mean? If you're breathing heavy, go for a walk. You know what I mean?
I guess you like dance around the
ring. Dance. Go for a walk. Take your time. You know what I mean? You bring them a little heavy. It doesn't mean you have to, it doesn't mean you're running off. It means you're going for a walk. Shimmy a little bit. Give him some, give him a target, and then take it away from him. That's one of the big things. You know
Now,
what I mean?
now it's all making sense how it's like chess. It's really all calculated.
It really
like
is.
you have to, when you want to breathe, you have to wait for your opportunity. When you want to hit someone powerful, you have to wait for your like. You
gotta wait
can't
for
just
the
run in
opportunity as
there, all guns blazing,
No, you can't.
because you get caught slipping.
That's it. Don't hook with a hooker.
Straight up.
100%. 100%. And that's one of the metaphors that my trainer actually uses all the time.
It makes complete sense as
It
well,
does,
bro.
it
Like,
does.
if
And
you did that in your environment, like that hooker's gonna leave you on the ground
That's bad.
with nothing.
And another one would be you live in a very, very bad neighborhood. You know what I mean? Keep your hands up at all time. If one person leaves the house, one person has to stay back home. You know what I mean? So each time someone leaves the house, someone has to stay back home.
Because what happens if both you leave?
I'm wide open.
You get robbed.
Yeah, you get robbed 100%. Yeah, but that's the thing. So
So then that all went well. You took the W on that, like at nationals.
Nationals took the W, and from then it just went boom. Just went boom. I was so excited for this year. You know what I mean? I had a break, started training again in January, and then this year it's just gone all boom.
What was the cause of that? You reckon?
My resume.
True.
So what I did last year really affected what I'm doing now, because they look at my record. Yo, he's fought for a state title. He's fought for a national title. Oh shit, he hasn't lost. You know what I mean? Oh shit, he must be really, really good. You know what I mean? And kids that have had only a couple fights below me don't want to go near me because they don't want to risk. You know what I mean? Losing or getting hurt or anything like that. But that's the thing. With the amateurs, I couldn't give two fucks about my record. I don't give two fucks. I'll fight anyone and anyone.
Yeah.
As long as I'm getting that experience. Because I'm only here for the experience. I'm here to develop my skills, develop my knowledge, develop me as a person, as a man. So when I go into the professional ranks, you know, I've dealt with situations that I've dealt with in the amateurs. So when I go into professionals, it's nothing new to me. It's nothing new to me. You know what I mean? You get put in certain situations in the professionals and you haven't dealt with them in the amateurs, you're going to have a hard time.
You're going to have a real, like, that's not the place to be working it out.
Yeah, legit. Not the place, especially with, you know, with your professional record on the line. That's serious shit, you know what I mean? These days in boxing, if you had a loss, people don't really look at you that much.
Yeah, people aren't paying attention.
Yeah, you lose one, you're like, well, shit.
So how far away are you from professional fighting?
In all honesty, next year.
Next year?
Next year. I can't be fucked with the amateurs anymore. So, but I can't be fucked is what I've done for the amateurs, they should be putting a lot more time into me.
Okay.
Yeah. So they should be, you know, flying people in from interstate. And we've been telling them this since the start of the year. We've been telling them, we don't want to fight kids in Victoria anymore. You know what I mean? We want to fly kids from interstate, you know what I mean? Get someone to come in, you know what I mean? Because we want these fights. We
Yeah,
want
it's like
these.
you've gone to Tasmania and got, it's like, why is no one coming to take it
Yeah,
off me?
yeah, 100%. We want these big fights. Fly me somewhere else. I don't want to, you know, just keep fighting these people from, you know, Victoria. I've already beat them all. I've already beat them all.
So it's like, who else is there?
Yeah, who else is there? That's what I mean. And it got to the point where I'd go to the tournaments that had no one there for me. It got to the point where we even switched leagues.
True.
We switched to the association. And the association, if you win, you know, the Australian title in the association, you're eligible to go to the Olympics.
Okay.
Legit. That's where the opportunities come, you know what I mean? You can go all around the world in the association. The funny thing is, I actually got offered to go to India next year to go represent my country in India. My trainer didn't even bother about telling me.
Why?
He turned it down straight away.
Why is that?
Because the boxing league is completely stuffed. I was supposed to go to USA this year as well. I was supposed to go to USA, Pennsylvania, and fight for USA versus Australia.
But what happened?
What happened is they changed it. They're not going to USA anymore. Oh, we're not going to fund the kids anymore. We're going to make you guys pay $2,000 when it costs cheaper for me to just get a holiday flight to go to Thailand and fight there. So they changed it from USA to Thailand. And now they're making you pay as well.
Interesting. I was going to ask about that. When you went to your flight in Tasmania, who paid for that?
Oh, they funded us for that.
Okay. So you've so when you hit that certain point, they start flying you out for fights.
Yeah, and they start funding you. Like, the funny thing is, it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. Like, when they funded me for the Nationals last year, they only funded me, I think it was like $200 and something, and that was for the flights only.
Jesus.
My trainer had to pay for the accommodation and everything. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, what I thought this year, I was like, they should really, really get like an apartment. I wouldn't say an apartment, but like a house.
Yeah.
Where there's like 10 bedrooms, and get the Victorian team to all be in that
shack up
house
together.
with all their trainers, so they get to interact with each other. You know what I mean?
Learn
Actually,
from each
get a
other.
chance to know each other. You know what I mean? Even if they're fighting each other the next day, who cares? You know what I mean? We're all in this together. And if they actually got the time to actually think about it, and actually, thought it would be cheaper instead of funding all these kids to get their own places, and you know what I mean, and getting them their own flights. What if we all get them at one place?
This is too easy to tell, isn't it?
It's so easy. They don't think this through. That's the bad thing. The funny thing is, they're funding him less this year. So I'm getting less. I'm getting funded less to go support my state at national title.
True.
Think about it. So what are the amateurs really doing for me? Think about it.
It's time to move on.
I've had 3 fights this year. Was in the ring 15 times last year.
Yeah, that's a
To
big
3 times
difference.
this year. Bro, what experience am I getting? Am I going to get any better? The only thing that's going to do for me is I'm going to get stale. I'm going to get rusty. And the one thing that he said to me is I'm going to lose motivation. I keep fighting, get put into amateur tournaments. I've been put in every single amateur tournament this whole entire year. This whole entire year, I've had 3 fights.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
And that is demotivating. Like, it makes
Doesn't make sense.
You can only keep copping so many of that when you're like, well, fuck it. Why am I even trying? Why am I training? And then you get lazy.
That's it. And it's gotten to the point where I don't take it as a compliment anymore. Because when he says, have you got anything for TL? TL wants to fight. And it's like, no, he's too good. The kids there, they won't fight him. It's not a fucking compliment anymore. I'm not liking it anymore. You know what I mean? I want to fight. I don't care who you are. I want to fight. I'll go in the ring, and if you're a little bit lower than me, I won't knock you out. I'll work with you, man. You know what I mean? Just so I can get in there.
Literally,
If these kids don't want to get into it, I was even thinking about having a shit fight.
True.
Letting someone slough me around a bit, so then people are like, oh shit, well, might be able to beat him. So then they can fight me.
Don't do that,
But
bro.
why should I do that? That's what I mean.
Exactly.
Why should I do that just for someone to fight me?
You don't have to.
I don't have to. That's the thing. So what I figured out is I've gone back and had a look at some of the people that are, in Australia right now, and some of the people in America that are actually really high level boxers, world champions, and that some of them are world champions, some of them are not. And I've actually done a little bit of my study as well, and I've realised that you don't really need an amateur pedigree to be good in the professionals.
Okay.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because there's people that go to the Olympics and, win a gold medal at the Olympics, then they turn pro and they get absolutely hammered.
True.
Because they don't adapt to the pro style. So the pros is completely different to the amateurs.
Okay.
Now, why is it completely different? Because in the amateurs, you're like a rabbit, jumping in and out, quick, fast pace, you know what I mean? You're going to try to get a lot of shots in because you've only got 3 rounds or 4 rounds. In the pros, you're fighting 10, you're fighting 6, you're fighting 12s.
And there's no protective gear either.
No protective gear either. And, right now I think I wear 10s.
Yep.
Or 12s sometimes.
Yeah, this is glove weight?
Yeah, glove weight. And then when I'm in the pros, I wear 8s. And they're mitts as well, so they have no padding in them. It's just only to protect your hands. They don't put the gloves on there so it protects the other person. It's just only to protect your hands. So
so someone's hitting the deck.
Yeah, someone's hitting the deck. Legit, someone's hitting the deck. But I've looked at some of the big fighters around here right now. Like Michael Zarafa.
No.
Nah, he's one of the big up and comers right now. He's not up and coming. He's already up there. He's actually just fought Jeff Horn.
Okay.
So he fought Jeff Horn and he beat him. And he's actually coming from a rematch from Jeff Horn. Now, Jeff Horn was a world champion who fought Manny Pacquiao.
True.
And bet Manny Pacquiao. Now, Jeff Horn is located in Queensland. And, he fought like some really, really good fighters like Terence Crawford and stuff like that. Actually, unfortunately got beaten by Terence Crawford. Now, Terence Crawford is one of the best pound-for-pound boxers right now in the whole entire, in the world. And he didn't even go to the Olympics. He lost at the trials. You know what I mean? Tevin Farmer, defensively amazing. He only had 11 amateur fights. Michael Zarafa only had 10 amateur fights. I've only had 10 amateur fights. Look what they've done. Look what they've built in the professionals. There's opportunities. It's there. It's there. You got to be hungry. You got to want to grab it.
You have to
go
want
get
it.
You know what I mean?
And you do want it, so go get it, bro.
That's it. So I'm going to go get it. So I've come to a conclusion. Fuck India off. Because when my trainer said, yeah, India, I was like, what? India? I want to go to India.
Yeah, I reckon.
You know? I was like, why would I love to go to India? Fuck it. I want to go to Tokyo next year, fight for the and fight for the Olympic Games. But no. Get that out of your head. Get that out of your head. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
because it's a notoriety you don't really need.
Don't really need it. Don't really need it. So okay, the only thing that the Olympics is going to do for me is going to just basically boost my profile.
Yeah, get you attention.
Get me attention.
Like make you the hometown celebrity.
I thought with the Olympic Games, you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. Great accomplishment, you know what I mean? But these days, the Olympics don't mean shit.
Not for what you do.
Definitely not for what I do. So there's this fighter. His name is Devin Haney. You know, he turned pro at 17. Why should I go? He didn't even try. He didn't even want to go to the Olympics. He didn't even want to go. He's like, nah, why should I go to the Olympics when I can turn pro right now, get as far as I can, pro, and by the people that are going to the Olympics, I got 1 year ahead of them.
Well, not only that, bro, it's make the most of the opportunity you have now. Because with every year, you just get older and older and older.
That's it.
Which will eventually means, like, for you, you're a bit younger, so you haven't quite hit your peak yet. But it's like, now's the time to take advantage of it all.
That's it.
Because especially for fighting, bro, the day will come when one day you'll be like, you'll start slowing down.
That's
so
it.
right now, you're much better going out taking all opportunity.
And it's a good age to turn pro as well, 20, you know. It's like, you know, you're still very young. You're not too old. See, I was thinking about turning professional at 24. So I was thinking about, you know, heading it out. You know what I mean? Trying to qualify for the Olympics, going for the Commonwealth Games as well. So my goal was to go for the Commonwealth Games and fight the Commonwealth Games, and then after whatever happens from there, then turn pro. But then I'm only getting 3 fights a year.
It's not a worthwhile path.
It's not worthwhile, you know. So I think pro is definitely the best option for now. And it's this.
It's not too far away either.
Yeah, and it's a funny thing is like I've been pushed to turn pro.
Yeah,
I literally have been pushed
the
to
boxing
turn pro.
world's done you no favors to keep you as an amateur.
And the funny thing is, they wonder why there's no, you know, there hasn't been a person who's won the Olympic Games in Australia in however so long.
For boxing.
For boxing, yeah. They wonder why. Because all these kids that, you know, they want to do something that, you know, proves to the, you know, the people running it that they want to actually take it as far as they can, they don't give anything for you.
Yeah, they disappear.
Yeah, legit. Even in the association, I'm not bagging any of them out. I just feel like they should just like reconsider and actually think about some of the boxers that actually want to fight. You know what I mean? That are into fight. And that's the thing. Even in the association, there's no fights there for me. I've been putting the last 7 to 8 cards in the association all year.
And nothing.
7 or 8 cards, we're like, oh yeah, we might have something for him. The last 7 times, then the last minute we don't.
Yeah, it's not worth it, bro.
Yeah.
They owe you nothing.
Even sometimes they actually it's pretty mean, but they get you all the way to the show.
No, that's
and
dirty.
Then they tell you.
No. And that's the difference. When you move from amateur, I think, hopefully, when you move from amateur to professional, all that fucking around stops.
Man, it goes
Because imagine
away.
a professional trying to pull out on you.
Put it this way, there's too much money in the professionals.
Straight up.
So when I turn pro, I won't be fighting anyone at domestic level.
No.
They'll be flying people in from Thailand, Indonesia, Bali, all those countries, because they're the people that are actually going to be in my weight. There's not too many people.
Yeah, you are light.
Yeah, there's not too many Australians that weigh 54 kilos that are, you know, over 20 years old. No way. Hell no. Not many. Rare. And if they are, they probably don't box. You're legit.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so they'll be flying people from, you know, all from Thailand, all those countries, and they have to fight because they're flying them in. So I'm guaranteed to fight.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to fight. And how many cards the promoter host? I am not taking one down. I'm not going to fight this time. I'm going to take every single opportunity, and I'm going to take it to the point where it's serious now. I ain't no amateur, you know. And I'm not just fighting for prize money. I'm fighting for me, my family, where I've come from, where I've been. I'm fighting for, you know, myself. I'm fighting for me.
You're fulfilling your purpose.
That's it. I'm also fighting to try to get a better life out of it as well. You know what I mean?
And, like, bro, and I'm so happy that I remember this question and you segued into it perfectly. But you said it yourself that you finally found your purpose through boxing and that you could finally show people that this is the TL you wanted to be.
Yes.
So what are you running from? Not running from. What are you trying to convince people that you're no longer? What happened in your youth to make you focus so much on now that your future has to be perfect?
I'd say I've done a lot of, things that I wouldn't be proud of, things that my parents and my family are ashamed to, because I remember when I was doing all those stuff, like my parents were completely away from me. They didn't even like me, you know what I mean? They were like, you're not gonna be shit, you're not gonna do anything, and then they'd put me in the category, and then they would sort of like,
you were just labelled a bad kid. And
yeah,
you got bad kid
and then
energy.
they'd say, look at this kid, he's doing that, he's doing this for their family, he's gonna be like this. Look at you, what are you doing? You're not gonna be shit. You're not gonna do nothing. You're gonna be just like a dad, drinking alcohol, doing that. And it really set a tone on me, you know what I mean? I was like, God damn, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. Like, if you're gonna say that, I'm gonna be that then. You know what I mean?
Look, bro.
Legit.
I've said that forever. I'm like, there's so much danger in labeling. Call a kid a gangster. Call a kid a gangster repetitively. Don't be surprised if he turns into one. It's like, if that's what you're telling him and you're who he's observing his information from, why would he not put that hat on?
Legit. See, when I was a youth, I was off the rails. So like, I'm not gonna lie, I was smoking, I was drinking, I was going wild, and like, popping pills, doing everything, like, and that came from the influence, you know what I mean, who I surrounded myself with.
Your environment,
and it's also the environment I was living in, and it was also where I grew up, man. Like, I grew up from the hood, you know what I mean, where kids are really living it hard and stuff like that. Like, I've been surrounded around drugs all my life. My parents, not my parents, my friends' parents have been, all around that stuff. I've been caught up in crazy stuff that I shouldn't be caught up in and stuff like that. And it was tough because I didn't really create my own path, you know what I mean? I saw one kid doing something and I'll just go ahead and follow. I was sort of like a sheep in a way, And I got to the point where, like, if someone was doing something, I'd get jealous because they're doing something and I'm not. And yeah, it got to the point where...
But that's that sheep mentality, because it's like you feel like you're not part of the herd.
That's it. And I really lost myself. I didn't even know who I was. It got to the stage where I was sleeping in stolen cars, you know what I mean? Not wanting to go home because I think I'd get caught from the cops and stuff like that. It got to the point where I was just doing just reckless things, and got to the point where I didn't even care about anyone. Got to the point where getting into street fights and just doing just stupid stuff.
It's almost like you got disconnected so much from everything that you just tried to seek validation from other people. So you get in a street fight, and then so if you knock someone out, people be like, yeah, you're TL, you're the one that knocked that person out.
Yeah, did this.
Like, you were trying to get attention from all the wrong people.
Yeah, 100%.
And because you didn't know who you were, you didn't know who you wanted attention from.
100%. See, when I was younger as well, I never really hung around anyone that was my age.
What do you, like, so everyone was older?
When I was 14, I was hanging out with people that were 19, 20.
True.
I was hanging out with people that were in houses, smoking dope, doing other stuff as well.
Yeah, just 19, 20, not doing positive shit.
Yeah, not doing positive shit, man. Like, they were doing some crazy shit. Whenever they're doing something, I would be doing it too. You know what I mean? I'll be going now. I'll be doing everything. I'll be kicking back. I'll be doing.
You were
everything,
part of the environment, man, and know that was a community that you connected with.
Legit.
So they were your family.
Legit. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really, really happy that I went through that stage in my life.
Look at you now, bro.
Because I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be with you. I wouldn't have this opportunity right now. And I'm actually very, very grateful, because your past shapes you as who you are now. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be who you are now if it wasn't for your past. I wouldn't have this knowledge. I wouldn't know what right from wrong. Like, someone would show me something, I'm like, okay, that's all right then.
Yeah, it's like.
But now that I've done all that stuff, I know now. So it's not nice. It's not all right.
And know that. Look at how far you've come, bro. Like, back in the day, you were fucking doing this, doing that, like getting on it. But now you're dead sober, because now you 100%. Understand that if you did any of that, there is no way you'd have that fucking belt around your arm.
No way. No fucking way. Hell to the no. I wouldn't even have this. I wouldn't even thought about it. And that's one thing as well, because when I thought to myself, who do I want people to know me as? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Do I want people to know me as TL, the thief, the
hood rat,
the hood rat? You know what I mean? TL that just does this and does that, Or do I want
TL, that's a sheep. That's part of the flock.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And it got to a point where I actually had to think to myself, what do I want to leave behind? You know what I mean?
And what was the answer?
What was the answer? I felt like I needed to help myself, you know, help me family. Because when I thought to myself, I was like, shit, like, I'm in a different country right now, you know what I mean? I could have been in Africa right now in, you know, I could have been dead, you know what I mean?
Bro, you're in the motherland, fucking surviving.
Legit.
Like, everyone in the motherland is
Like,
surviving.
100%. Like, my village, you know, got torn down and everything like that just after we left. And, you know, there's been still been ongoing wars over there and stuff like that. Like, it's not nice over there, you know what I mean? My tribe is still actually in war right now.
What part of Africa are you from?
I'm from Sudan. Sudan,
true.
man. I'm from like the struggles, and
Bro, then like you've still got a fucking civil war that is sort of just finished, but you're still dealing with all the ramifications of it, like all the shit that's happened.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, it's no one understands how deep it is. You know, no one understands how deep it is at all. Cause like I'll be going home, right? I'll be going to see my nan and stuff like that, and she'll be crying, like, you know, another family member just died, man. It got their when they were asleep, they got their throat slit.
Yeah,
Boom.
bro, like people don't understand that. There's a part of the world where that shit happens
on a daily, you know what I mean? And that's when it really, really hit me, where I realized I've come to Australia to better myself. I've come to Australia to, you know, provide for my family. I've come to Australia to get an education. I've come to Australia to make sure that my family doesn't struggle no more. I've come to Australia to be a man, you know what I mean? Grow up, you know what I mean? And, you know, make sure that I can support my family and make sure I can support everyone that's around me. You know,
and that you can be the man that you want to be.
That's it.
Not the man that other people have told you.
The man that I want to be, and that's it. And that's when I thought that when we were living, I'm still living in a commission right now. Legit, still living in a commission right now.
Wait, but then acknowledge it for what it is, bro. You've been living in a commission. I'll give you the alley-oop here, on your own since 16.
Since 16, 100%.
How does a 16-year-old live by their fucking self?
Well, it was a fact. I couldn't have done it without the guidance and support that I had from my girlfriend and her mum. So I actually really, really got credit out to Liz. Like she's done a lot for me, 100% in terms of like, you know, like got me the job that I had and, you know, did a lot of things for me. So, for example, when I was living at home by myself, you know, I was living by myself for a whole year and my nan didn't tell me any information when she was coming home or anything like that. But I don't blame her, you know what I mean? She went back to Africa and she wants to die there. She wants to go back there and pass away there. She says, well, I want you to work here, make enough money so we can go back there and live in peace, you know what I mean? She doesn't want to be here. She doesn't know anything else but Africa. She comes here, she goes to the shop, she doesn't know how to speak English, you know what I mean? She finds it hard here, you know? Her living here is a whole complete different lifestyle. See, the difference with me is I came here when I was 5 and I grew up here. So by I grew up here, I adapted here. She still hasn't adapted.
Think about how hard it'd be to adapt as like a 60-year-old person.
That's it, man. She finds it very, very hard to this day, and that's the thing. When she went back to Africa, I wasn't pissed off that she was there. It was sort of to the fact where, how am I gonna deal with myself? Now I'm 16 years old, living by myself, trying to figure out like what to do with my whole entire life.
No job.
No job. Currently at school studying, doing Cert 4 in business, and also doing TAFE at the Geelong, the GTech, and I'm living at a house with no electricity now because no one's paying for the bills, no one's paying for electricity.
So what, the lights
nearly
go
getting
off.
evicted, nearly getting kicked out of the house, be homeless and out in the street. So I was like, well, what am I going to do about this? I told my girlfriend about it. My girlfriend told her mum. She said, we need to get the house in your name. I was like, yeah, I agree. We actually really do. My nan didn't come back for an extra 6 months after that. So when she came back, she was like, what the heck is going on? I'm like, what the heck have we been doing?
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Literally,
what the fuck? And
so don't ask me what it's like. You've been gone.
What are you doing?
Months.
Yeah, legit. And when she came back, like I had everything all sorted. Like I had a structure, I had a plan and everything like that. And
you were paying the bills, the lights were on, the water was running.
Everything was going all smooth sailing. And that's when it hit me. Now, I gotta learn how to budget myself. I gotta learn how to cook.
You gotta learn how to be an adult.
I got to learn how to be an adult at 16. I got to learn all that stuff. And when I was younger, I didn't stay at home because I didn't want to stay at home because I was too busy with everybody else. You know what I mean?
You were too busy trying to find yourself, bro.
Yeah, 100%. I was too busy just, trying to find myself and just doing all the wrong stuff to try to find myself, to the point where when I was alone in that house and I thought about it, I found myself.
Bro, you've got nothing but fucking you to worry about.
Legit.
So it's like, you got to figure out, what does TL worry about?
And that was when I actually started to like come to the sense in my mind that I actually wanted to do boxing, because it was in 2016. And then I was like, I want to go back to boxing. And then my mate Marley Matthews, and I say it to this day, because he always to this day, he always says, man, like, I'm really happy of what you've become and stuff like that. But I gotta thank him.
Thank him, bro.
I gotta thank him, because if he didn't say what he said, I don't know what would have triggered me, you know? Because he was like, man, if you want to commit to boxing, you got to commit, man. You can't half-ass it, bro. You got to go all the way. It's either full in or not at all. I was like, shit.
That should be for everybody's philosophy on life, bro.
Legit, I was like, yeah, shit, man. What about that? So I got to do it, man. I got to do it. So then I did it. And I found my place when I was living at the house by myself.
Which is credit to you, bro.
Nothing but me and my thoughts. That's when I thought to myself, damn, I need to do something for my family. I need to do something for me, my future. I don't want to be in jail. I was this close to going to jail. I was that close to going in jail. I was so lucky. I actually slept one night in the cell, and the next day they were telling me that I was going to go to juvie. And I was like, fuck shit, man, I don't want to go there. And like, I'm so happy that I had the support from my tutor. I had the support from my teacher. I had the support from everybody that came around, you know what I mean? And they had letters that they sent to me. They were saying that this kid is actually a good kid. He just got caught up. He just didn't know what he was thinking.
Bro, this is a kid that's been forced to fucking grow up twice as quick as anybody else, has had to find the time to make sure he continues with his education, make sure he somehow keeps the bills and stuff on.
That's it.
Bro, that is so much to take on as a young person, where it's like, it's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming.
And so what comes from that overwhelming,
you learn from it, man.
you can't do anything else.
You learn from it. You learn from them a lot. And that's when you start to realize, why am I in this world for? What purpose? You know what I mean? Why am I here?
And what answers did you find?
I figured out why I'm here. I'm here to support my family. I'm here to make sure that I have a good life and my healthy well-being. I'm here to make sure that I encourage other people to do right. So till this day, I always encourage all my friends to do right. When they come over to my house, all I do is just encourage them to do right. When I see them, all I do is encourage them to do right. Well, what are you doing, man? Like, how's life? I love asking that questions. How's life? Because they say, no, life's fine, man. I've been doing great. But have you? Have you, man? Like, seriously, tell me the honest truth. Because I know right now that you might be saying that you're doing all fine, but I know there's a lot of things that's going on in your mind that you haven't told anyone. You know what I mean?
Bro, simple than that. You might be telling me that everything's all right, but I'm looking at you and your behavior and I'm like, bro.
It's not all right, bro. It's not all right. And that's the thing. It's like, I made the choices then and then. And I made the choices, and I made the 100% the right choice. Because it's also when I stayed in the cell as well. So I stayed in the cell for one night. And when I stayed in that cell for one night, I was thinking, shit, I am not going to fucking juvie.
Bro, that's still bad to fucking scare anyone.
Legit, I am not. And when they gave me my little toast and they gave me my little
Your little
butter,
tray of meal.
my little jam and stuff like that, bro, I was like, shit, I'm getting fucking out of here, man. I'm getting fucking out of here, bro.
I don't want this shitty toast.
When I was sleeping on like a little brick and I had like a little tiny mattress, it wasn't even this thick, bro. I'd rather sleep on here, man. This is comfy, actually.
No, don't sleep on couch pillows.
This shit nice. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, like they had a little skinny mattress like that. Always been watched. You know what I mean?
They fuck with you in there.
You know what I mean? Like I was fucked, man. Until then and there, I was like, I've never even been in trouble with the cops since. Never been in trouble with the cops since. The funny thing is, when I won this title right here, and I came back home, the police were at my court, and they was dealing with some problems and stuff like that. They hopped in their car, they reversed back, and they came back and said, "Congratulations, TL. You're doing very well."
Bruv, you are doing incredibly well. And that would have said the most. Imagine the people that almost not scared of, but people you didn't respect, and people, because you didn't respect them, they didn't respect you.
That's it. That's it.
And them reversing then, that would have been the first time maybe in your life where you were like, I actually am doing the right thing.
Yeah. Well, once he said that, I went in my room. I was like, shit. I was like, damn. I was like, even she said, she's like, do you know them? I'm like, I didn't even know those cops, but they knew me. Mm-hmm. That's how bad I was, to the point where I don't know. You haven't even arrested me. But you know, to the point where you can come up to me and say you're doing very well and say my name and stuff like that. I didn't even tell you my name. They're like, how you going, TL? I was like, shit. It's like, did you just, what's that belt? And I just told them about the belt and stuff like that. And they were like, congratulations, you're doing very, very well. And I keep it up and stuff. And I gave him a little hold of the belt and stuff like that. And then he was like, shook my hand. And then I went off. And I was just like, damn. Like, god damn. Like, I couldn't see myself even talking, having a conversation with a policeman a few years ago. Let alone them telling me that I'm doing very great and me shaking their hand, giving them my belt. You know what I mean? It shows the process and it shows the progress that I've come from. You know, back when I was younger, I was just think, fuck this, fuck cops, fuck that. I used to think, oh, they do this, they do that. But then I got better, and I've actually started to learn that they're only just trying to do their job.
Bro, that's what everybody in this earth's trying to do.
Legit, man, legit. And yeah, so there's good cop, bad cop. Does everything.
Good person, bad person.
That's it, man. That is it, man. So you can't put them in that category just because one of them has treated you bad. Legit. Not all of them are the same, just like everybody else. Not everybody's the same. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And that's it. So I'm actually it's got me more hungry as well. I was like, damn.
Bro, that's almost, and then for you, it's funny how the world works. Because you're not going to get that reassurance from family. Like, you've got no immediate family around you. So you're not going to have, like, your parents, for example, be like, TL, good job. So you have to, like, it's fucked how the world works, where the same person you hated growing up as a kid is the one that tells you congratulations. Yeah. And that's the first time when you're like, fuck, I'm actually making a difference in the world.
Yeah, legit. Like, it was amazing as well because one time the cops came to my house and they were trying to accuse me of something. This was in 2017, and they were trying to accuse me of something that I didn't do, and I swear anything I didn't do it. And they were like, okay, are you sure you didn't do it? I was like, no, I didn't do it. I'm like, where were you at the time? I was like, I was at the gym.
With cameras, with my trainer.
I was like, and they're like, oh, we were at the gym. I'm like, bro, I have to go to the gym right now. And they're like, all right, that's so sweet. We'll drop you up to the gym. And then he's like, he didn't really believe me.
That's why they're dropping you there.
That's why they dropped me there. I was like, yeah, that's sweet. Drop me off to the gym. I'll get my training gear. We'll go there. And he's like, yeah, sweet. And then I went to the gym. He's like, oh, shit, he actually is going to the gym. Boom. They called my trainer up. My trainer's like, he's here 24/7. Legit. And they looked at they're like, was he here on this day and that time? My trainer looked at it. He was here. He doesn't miss one day. Legit. And that's what got me through it, because I was like, they could have, if I wasn't training, they could have accused me for it, and because I wouldn't have known where I was. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I would have been like, oh, well,
you started,
because they put a date on you, and they're like, where were you on this day at this time? And you're like, shit.
I don't even know where I was yesterday.
Yeah, legit. Let alone know what I was like a couple months ago, legit. And then they were like, damn, okay, shit. Now he actually is doing something. You know what I mean? Like, he's actually changing himself for the better. And it's just made me a lot more happier now, because whenever I see a cop, it's not like they give me that greasy, you know what I mean? They're not like, oh, that's TL. It's like, that's TL.
Yeah, they're not sussing you anymore.
They're not sussing me anymore, man. I can walk the streets, and, you know, I feel like I've really just created a new life for myself, you know? I feel like I've...
No, what you've done, bro, is you've grown out of your old life. And that's what growth is.
That's it.
And that's the process a boy takes in becoming a man.
Man, yeah.
And you were just fucking... I don't know if you were fortunate or you were unlucky that process happened when you were 16. Mm-hmm. But now look at you, bro.
That's it, man. That's it. And I'm just grateful for the people that I had around me as well. You know, the support I had around me. And
from the sounds of things, bro, you had some great support. Like when you didn't have immediate support with you in your home environments, like majority of other people do have. No. So you were just so blessed that you had the teachers that were willing to write you notes while you're in... Bro, they don't have to do none of that shit.
No, they don't.
They get a phone call, this cunt's in jail, see ya.
My teacher actually went to because I stopped going to school for a little bit because I was scared that they're gonna go to school and then they're gonna come grab me and stuff like that. So I went a little bit off the rails, stopped going to school and stuff like that. And then they were like, teacher gave me a call. He's like, man, cops keep coming to the school and stuff like that, man. What you been doing? What you been fucking with? You know what I mean? And I was like,
so he's checking in on you.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I haven't been in the right space. He's like, come in, we'll have a talk and stuff like that. Went in with him, had a little talk of that. He's like, man, he's like, you can't keep running away because they're gonna get you someday, and when they get you, it's just gonna pile up and it's gonna be worse. It's just like with your emotions, you know what I mean? If you let things slide, it's just gonna build up, and then you're just gonna end up cracking, and it's just gonna be a whole lot bigger than what it was before. So he was just like, man, would you rather deal with it now, or deal with it later, and maybe you could be possibly going to jail. If you deal with it now, who knows what could happen? You could go to jail, not for that long. You could learn your lessons, over and done with. Come out, change your mind, be a better person and a better man. I was like, damn, shit. He's like, it's up to you on what you want to do. You know what I mean? You want to run away, face it later, or face it now.
Because later always comes.
That's it. And that's when I was like, shit, no, I want to face it now. And then, yeah, so we went into the cop station and stuff like that. And he's like, I'm just here to bring him in. And I handed myself in. And that's when I stayed over there for one night. And I didn't really realise how serious it was until when I stayed over there one night. And then I realised that the courtroom was linked into the police station. And when I was going to my court, I got handcuffed. And when I was handcuffed, I had 2 cops in front of me. I had the judge right there. I had all the people that was willing to support me there. And then I had my charges read out and stuff like that. And when I was handcuffed and I saw my teacher, I saw my teacher, my tutor, and I saw none of my family members was there because they didn't want to be there, you know what I mean? They didn't give a fuck. They were like, no, I'm not going to come support you. If you've done this, you're on your own, you know what I mean? So I was like, fair enough. And when I was there, I thought to myself, this is not the person I want to be. I don't want to be in the situation I've been. I don't want to see this room. I don't want to see any of these faces. And that's because I'm not this person. I'm not this guy. And I got these people telling the judge how good I am. Let's show them how good I am.
Fucking oath, bro. Because that's the only way you can pay those individuals back.
Because if I had got back and done the wrong shit again,
slap in the face.
All that stuff that my tutor and my teacher had said, the notes that they had written, the reports that they had, gave to the judge, would have been for shit. How would they feel? How would they feel? Legit.
Disappointed, bro.
Disappointed, yeah. They would have been like, damn, I just put all this time on all this kid, and then he just goes and does this. I gave him guidance, I gave him support, write him a letter, save his ass, and then he does this and just bites me in the ass again. Damn, I was like, I ain't doing that. I ain't gonna let you down. I ain't gonna let myself down. I ain't gonna fall back down that path again. And that's when I changed. And it wasn't to the point where I was changing. When people say you have to change, you need to cut off all your friends that you were hanging out with. You need to get them out of your life because they're bad people. Because I was like, no, they're not bad people. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily bad people. It was what they've grown up with and what we ended up doing all together.
You're
One
productive.
person does something, oh shit, okay, I'll do it with you, you know what I mean? And then it got to the point where I would always encourage. Like when I'd be hanging out with a group of friends and they're like, oh, I'm going to go do that. I'm like, don't stop it. Don't be stupid, bro. Don't be stupid, bro. You don't want to do that, man. You don't want to go back to jail, bro. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Stop it, bro. Just come get back at my house or something, you know what I mean? And that's when I leave it up to them. Because I can't let them, what's the word?
You can't influence someone's decision. All you can do is offer an alternative. And that's what you did. You're like, instead of going to do that fuck shit, come to my house and kick it.
That's it.
So then it's on them. So if they're like, fuck going to your house and kicking it, I'm going to go to this fuck shit. It's like, all right, cool. When you get caught for that fuck shit, don't call my phone.
Yeah, don't call me. Oh, that's why I don't go see any of my mates in jail.
Yeah.
No, the people say it's really bad is because like I always tell them, but don't do it. And then they keep doing it. So, bro, you can't expect me to come see you when I've told you plenty of times, don't do it. To the point where you go behind my back and then you do the stupid shit. Even when you tell me, nah, man, I'm not going to do it, man. I'm not going to do it. Then they make you do it.
But no, that jail's not fucking cool.
Yeah. I don't want to be around there. I don't want to be around there. Fuck that shit, man.
And none of that for you, it's probably traumatic.
Yeah, no, it is.
Like, you wouldn't want to be in a place like that because you'd be there and you'd be like, this is what could have been.
Legit.
And while you and I understand your logic there completely because it's like, Why would you go visit someone when you could have been them? So when you go there, it's not going to be pleasant. You're not going to be sitting across from your mate, like gassing him up, trying to encourage, like trying to make his time in there better. You're going to be sitting there feeling just as fucking sorry as him.
Legit.
Because you knew how close this was for you.
If I had kept on, doing what I was doing, I didn't think to myself and, I wouldn't even say the guidance and the support wasn't really a big thing. It was more me mentally. It was more self-evaluation. Thinking to yourself, like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? And then that's when it kicked in. That's when the changes started happening. That's when I started, picking the puzzles and then putting them back together, And that's when I started, thinking about occupations and stuff like that and things I want to do. And that's why I love boxing so much. I love it so much because it's funny because when my mates finish work, what do? Straight after work, they go hang out. And they drink. They drink constantly, every single day. I see Snapchat all the time. They're always drinking and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. Like, you have a drink. I love drinking. Bro, save it for the fucking weekend, man. You got a week, man. You got to work, you know what I mean? Work, do your shit. And then it comes to the point where it's like, they're like, oh, man, like, I want to come to training and stuff like that, man. And they always tell me I want to come to training. It's like, man, don't tell me that.
It's like, if you did, you'd come.
Please don't tell me that, man. Because, like, I love you how you are. Just because I go to training, just because I do all that, you don't have to say that you're going to do it to make me feel like I like you more. I like you as you is, man. I was in training a few years ago and I still liked you.
So what's the difference?
What's the difference now? Yeah, legit. You don't have to impress me. Why do you have to impress me for? There's nothing to impress. You've already impressed me by being you.
Otherwise, would you be around them?
No. That's it.
It's like I'm around you for a reason.
And that's it. And that's the thing. It also I love it because, like, after work, what am I doing?
Training, bro.
During work, what am I thinking of?
Training, bro.
That's it. You know what I mean? When I'm training, what I'm thinking about, fucking training, man. Training. And it's got to the point where I love it so much. I don't even want to leave training. I stay back later and late. I'm there. I start training at 6 o'clock. I'm there at 4 o'clock. I leave at 8. 4 hours. Boom, done. I'm only supposed to be training for 2 hours. But I'll train for 4. That's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know what I mean? I could do my normal push-ups, you know what I mean? My normal sit-ups every single night. But what I want to do, I want to take it to the next step, you know what I mean? I felt like that wasn't really pushing me enough. So I got a personal trainer. I got a PT. You know what I mean? Someone that can be there and push me, you know what I mean? Because, sometimes you might be, training a little bit and you're like, oh, fuck, I might just do one more. You know what I mean? Stuff like, it's okay. When he's there, you can't just do one more. He's got a structured plan, something you need to do. He's going to push you. He's going to see your limits. He's going to test you. Something where I can test myself as well. But when I'm with him, it's up to the next level as well. And it's not like I have no motivation to test myself or anything like that. It's that when someone else is there, it gives me that drive, that encouragement, you know what I mean? So I love it when, I'm doing something great and, I get rewarded for it, in a sense where it makes me feel way better about myself. So if I was, doing my reps at home and doing my push-ups at home and I'm sitting there doing them and I'm smashing them out, I have no one to tell me you're doing great. I have no one to tell me I'm doing good.
Bro, something's just clicked. And it's from previous conversations we've had. Remember how I used to tell you about how I know some young people that love fucking being institutionalized. They like going to juvie because they like the structure, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You were so fortunate that instead of following their path, because they took the similar pathways to you, but only instead of relying on somebody else to provide you with structure, like going to juvie, getting your 3 meals a day, being told when to go to bed and shit, you fucking took it upon yourself and have done all of that on your own. Yeah. So you got the PT, you got the dietitian, you got these people who were with you on positive terms to actually help you, uplift you, and provide you structure.
That's it.
For a life that had no structure at all.
That's it.
Compared to half of the homies that are just waiting to be told what to do by someone else.
Waiting. And it's going to be a long road. And one thing as well is, I don't know what I'll be doing right now because I had a bit extra drive when I lost my job. So when I was doing really great, when I got my house and stuff like that, I applied for jobs as well. And I applied for a job at the TAC, a traineeship. And, you know, my resume was that good. You know what I mean? I got the traineeship and stuff like that, you know. I presented myself that well in the interview and stuff like that. And I got the interview. I was so happy about the interview more than anything, you know what I mean? Like, boom, it's a large-scale organisation, one of the largest organisations in Australia, hands down, man, like, legit. And for anyone that doesn't know what the TAC is, the TAC pays benefits to those injured in transport accidents, working closely with the Victorian Police and Vic Roads, increasing awareness in issues to make sure that our roads are safe and better.
Couldn't have
Legit.
said any better myself.
No, legit. And it was a very, very great environment I was working in as well. Like, that's credit to all of them. Like, I'm not going to bag at the TAC or the organisation now or anything like that. But one thing it is that they really, really taught me a lot, because it taught me that your path is going to come back and bite you in your ass. Because when you do decide to change, when you're starting to get your life on track, when you're actually starting to make those big moves, and when your life is starting to, you know, come back together, the puzzles are starting to come back together, your past will always come back and bite you on your ass. So you got to be careful, because what you do now depends on your future. And that's what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? Because in 5 years, 6 years from now, I'm going to be looking back at this to be like, I'm so happy that I went on that talk show. I'm so happy that I did that podcast. I'm so happy that I did this, I did that. You know what I mean? And that's what...
You were so happy, you decided to stop running. You were like, fuck it. I'm just going to take it all for what it is. As you said, you can't outrun your past. So when it catches up with you, you got to be like, well, yeah, I did that.
I did that.
It's not what I'm doing now. It's not what I'm trying to do now.
That's it.
I'm trying to do this. And it's like, are you going to encourage me? Are you going to facilitate me in my process in doing this? No? See ya. I'm going to go find people who will.
That's it. And how it bit me on the ass is I was working there. So I was working there I felt like I had my life sweet, you know what I mean? I was working there, and that's when I was training at the time as well. So I was training at the time, and I was like, God damn, I finally found, you know, occupation, a hobby, something that I love.
The perfect balance. You're working, you're training, you're living fine. You
know what I mean? I had everything. I felt like I just found it. I felt like I'm sweet. I'm set now. You know what I mean? I'm set now. Because like after this traineeship, if I get a job here, I'm set for life. Because the motto was, if you work at the TAC, you work there for life. You know what I mean? Because there's that many positions there. You
can get something.
It's like 1,000 people working there, man.
It's a large organisation.
Bro, a large organisation, man. And like there's heaps of like areas of work that you can go into. And say, for example, like you get sick of one, you can get trained to move into the next one. That's it, man. So when that happened, and so the first thing is they forgot to do the background check on me, and then they did the background check late. And when they came back, I had a few, meetings and interviews and stuff. I wouldn't say interviews, a lot of meetings actually.
With TAC?
With TAC.
Oh,
So I had, people come and put me aside and talk to me, and one of the main things was I was scared to tell them, because I was like, oh, we got a couple of things on your criminal record. Would you like to talk to us about it? And I was like, the first thing I said is like, I was just a stupid kid. I was just a really, really stupid kid. And I've changed my ways to be the man that I am now. And look where I'm at. That's simple. I couldn't have said anything else, you know.
There's nothing else to say.
Legit, there's nothing else to say. And then, once I had a few more other few more, meetings and catch-ups and stuff like that, it got to the point where they said that we won't have you anymore. And then it got to the point where it was like, oh, but we still want you, you know what I mean? We like the way you work, your work ethic and that. You're very good in the organisation and stuff like that. So we're going to put you on a suspension for 1 year. The suspension didn't follow through, man. It was just like, it was sort of like they knew that they were in the wrong. Because I could have took them to fair work, I reckon, but I didn't want to. I wouldn't want to.
But then at the same time, they politely told you to fuck off.
Legit.
That's all it was.
That's all it was, yeah. 100%. And then I knew, boom. I'm so grateful for it too, because I wouldn't be the man I am. I wouldn't think about anything. I wouldn't be the person I was. Because if I had got that job when I was so smooth sailing, I wouldn't think anything about my past. I wouldn't think how bad my past was, because that actually happened. I realized how fucked up that was, how fucked up I was, and how better I am now.
Bro, and guess who that's a credit to?
It's a credit to me, man.
Fucking oath.
100%.
No one was going to do that for you.
No one was. That's it. So I came from the bottom and worked my way up to the top. I'm in the middle.
No, hold on. How are you supposed to get to the top?
I'm not at the top yet. You can't.
No, but you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, legit, yeah. Start from the bottom.
And you never start at the midway point.
Oh, no way. No way. You're never just there. No, that's it. You got to start somewhere, 100%.
And the worst thing is, in how you said everything in your life seemed like everything was going to go okay.
Oh.
When you've done some fuck shit, that's when they take it away.
Yeah.
And it's the hardest pill to swallow, but it's great because it's another part of your growth because there's two ways you can go about it.
100%.
You could have gone through that TAC experience and been like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to get a job like this ever again anyway.
Legit, yeah.
Why not just go and continue doing all that shit? Instead, you double down on everything you're doing and now fucking look at you, bro.
Legit. And it was funny because I had like a catch up, so and one of the TAC coordinators was actually mentoring me. And when I was like going for states and when I was going for nationals, he was like, I see you in the Addy more than Floyd Mayweather. It's like, yeah, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Like, you didn't kick me out, and I didn't just, go back to my old self. I didn't do anything bad, you know what I mean? I bettered myself, you know what I mean? It was a learning curve for me, and I actually made sure that, I was going to improve myself, and I was going to show to you guys, like, how good I could be, you know what I mean?
So you know who lost in that situation, bro?
They did.
Why?
Because they perceived me as being someone that's always going to be that person that I was, and didn't realize that I've actually probably has changed. And the funny thing is, like, people always say, oh, they haven't really rehabilitated, or they haven't really done this. It's like, there's always going to be. And they're like, fucking over. I've still got my fucking dog in me, man. That's what makes me fucking angry. That's what, I wouldn't say angry. That's what makes me, hard in the ring, you know what I mean? Because I've been through what I've been through. I've done what I've done, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be as good as I am if I didn't have a dog. See, boxing it's not for all people. It's not for most people, you know what I mean? Boxing is not a sport you play. You don't play boxing, you know what I mean? When you get into the ring, someone's trying to knock your fucking head off, you know what I mean? He's trying to take everything. He's trying to take everything you've got, man. So what you gonna do? You gotta have that dog in you. You gotta have that fire, you know what I mean? You gotta make sure that you are the person that comes out on top. And that's a competitive sport in you, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I lost, but I won. You know what I mean? So I lost. I didn't get the job. They kicked me off. But when they keep seeing me, and they see what I'm doing now. I was in the Addy not too long ago as well. Who won?
Bro.
Who won? Who would have been a good aspect to the organisation, you know what I mean? A good role model. Who would have been like, oh yeah, TL, he keeps doing this. He works for TAC and he keeps making our brand, making our organisation, pop because he keeps getting this recognition and everybody knows that he works here, you know what I mean? So I was just like, it's fine. It's fine by me because now they realise, you know what I mean? They realise. And it's good because I'm not the type of person to hold a grudge or anything like that. I'm not the type of person to be like, oh shit, like when I say, you fired me, I'm like, I love it. I see only the other day.
You go up and shake his hand.
Look, legit, how you been going and stuff like that? How's life treating you and that? I see him in town. I was like, what's up? You know what I mean? I'm past that. I've passed that, you know what I mean? My life is, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, So I've got a goal. I'm gonna pursue it. You know what I mean? I've set long-term goals and short-term goals. And when I was last year, when I was fighting, I set goals for this year. It was for this baby right here. So I set a goal that I wanted a belt because last year I didn't get a belt. This year I got 2 belts. I only set for 1 belt, but I got 2. You know what I mean? And it got to the point where I'm setting all these goals. Like I set the Commonwealth Games and stuff like that, but I'm not setting that anymore. So what I've set is to turn professional as well. And, have a good professional career. But I'm not going to set any major goals in professional, in ranks. Because people, I've seen professional people, like some of the people that I aspire till this day, they're very, very good, very good athletes, very good professionals. They took their career and popped it off a bit too early. So they started going for title fights a bit too early, you know what I mean?
Too excited.
When they weren't ready, you know what I mean? When an opportunity presents yourself, you got to think to yourself, fuck shit. You know what I mean? It's a great opportunity, but do I want to jeopardize my career just to say that I've been at the opportunity? Would I rather, wait a little bit longer and then wait for the right time, when I know that I can, not just win it, but absolutely dominate, you know what I mean?
Bro, is that not what your coach taught you?
Yeah, 100%.
So if you jump straight in the deep end, what would your trainer say?
Yeah, oh, shit, you gotta drown.
Exactly.
Shit, you gonna drown, motherfucker. And I can't swim, so I'm drowning for sure.
Like someone's gonna throw me a life jacket. Like, fuck.
Fuck, man, you better throw that shit in, man. 100%. But yeah, so that's the thing. So it's made me just a whole lot more hungrier than I've set a lot of goals. I've set a lot of goals, not just in boxing, but just in life in general. You know what I mean?
So I guess What would be a few of them? So like, what's next for TL?
Well, in life, one thing I wanted to do was like live comfortably. You know what I mean? Not have to stress about anything, really. I know the stress is still going to be there, but also just, think to yourself, where am I at in this stage of life? Where am I at right now? And I feel like I'm at a good place. And that's one thing where a few years ago, I wouldn't have been that. A few years ago, I wanted to be here. And now that I'm here, you know what I mean? That's one thing ticked off of this, you know what I mean? And then another one would be, you know what I mean, being consistent, you know what I mean? Having something that I'm always, that's what the boxing, you know what I mean? Having something that, I stick to, you know what I mean? Because, when you're
You
younger,
commit to it.
yeah, commit to it, you know what I mean?
You can't pull out now.
Yeah, no, legit, having commitment, you know what I mean? And that's one thing that I've learned with boxing as well. And then also, another big goal was, to perceive everybody as equal. Because when I was younger, I used to always think, oh, fuck. Oh, he done that. He ain't better than me. I can do that too. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't shit. Like, I can do that too, man, anytime. Like, you see someone doing something like, oh, he did it? You're joking. He did it? It's like, bro, we're all the fucking same, man. Legit, man. Like, chill off your high horses, man. You ain't better than anyone, man. You ain't better than no one. Legit. You are just as good as him, or you're the exact same as him.
Bro, it's simpler than that. You're just as likely to fuck up as I am.
Oh, 100%.
So the fact that one of us has achieved something, it's like, good job.
Yeah, 100%.
Hopefully next time you don't fuck up.
Yeah, legit. And another one would be helping my family. Because when I was younger, I was never around. Yeah, I was never around.
But that's a 2-way streak also.
Yeah, no, legit. But they were around for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say anything. I had a lot of support from them in terms of, I always had a house to stay at and stuff like that. But it was just like I never took it, you know. And when I was younger, like I'd only go home to eat and then I'd leave. You know what I mean? I'd be too busy, smoking cones somewhere else or doing something somewhere else. You know what I mean? And that was the thing. I was just like, God damn, you know what I mean? Like, what am I doing?
What am I doing?
Legit. And then it got to the point where I never stayed home. So when I came home, they're like, what are you doing here?
It's like, go away.
Yeah, legit. So I can't blame them. Legit. I can only blame myself. So one thing was to support them the way that they supported me. And that's a big goal as well. And I still haven't pursued it. To this day. So I still help them out when it comes to, in terms of like sometimes like, and it comes to me as well, because it's a little bit overwhelming, I'm not going to lie, because it's consistent. Even my girlfriend always says to this day, you got to be careful because, like, you already do so much. Like, you don't want to just, take it to the next step where they're just using you to the stage where you're like, holy shit, like, where's my family at? And they're going to ask me if I'm okay. They're going to ask me if I want something, or they're just going to take. Because it seems like all they want to do is just take. So, yeah, I had to really think to myself as well because before I even got my house, I wanted to live in my dad's place, but he's like, no, there's too many people here and stuff like that, but there wasn't. So I was like, man, like, what are you doing?
It's just another mouth to feed.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I love it because I support them to this day. So they're currently looking for a house, but I've got all their furniture at my house, and my house was set up. My house was fine. I was about to just get it popping, you know what I mean? Because I got a job, I'm getting the money now, you know what I mean? I'm getting my house popping and that. And then they decided to put all their stuff in there, so then my house is cluttered, you know what I mean? Full of their stuff. And you know what I mean? That's the love I'm gonna get. I'm gonna support you guys by having your stuff there. They wanted to live there. 8 of them living in a 2-bedroom house.
Not happening. Not
happening, my man. I love yous, but my auntie's got a house in Armstrong Creek with 5 bedrooms. My auntie in Cryo's got a house with 3 bedrooms. There's 1 bedroom that no one even stays in, you know what I mean? They've got crazy stuff. They made garages into lounge rooms. They made... Like,
so why are you trying
to come here? Let alone have all your stuff here. You want to come move in there too?
It's not happening.
I can only do so much. My auntie was in Africa. I gave her $1,000. $1,000 over there is 19 grand.
Man, it's fucking...
That's a lot of money, you know what I mean? And till to this day, I'll be giving money away, and I love it because I'm helping them out, you know what I mean? But it's at the same time where I haven't fully pursued it because I know that we're still struggling, and that's the thing. That's why I'm so hungry. That's why I'm so devoted. That's why I'm so motivated, you know what I mean? Because I know that we are still struggling, you know what I mean? As a family together, we are all still struggling. We're trying to find our way. We're trying to better ourselves. We're trying to, make it out of the rut that we're in, you know what I mean? And, my dad's got eight kids. My auntie's got 5 kids. My other auntie's got 4 kids. You know, it just keeps going up and keeps going
That's
up
a
as
lot
well.
of mouths to feed,
You know,
bro.
and you know, some of them haven't got jobs. They're relying on Centrelink. You know what I mean? And you know, I just want to be that one person. You know what I mean? That does something. You know what I mean? To be able to say, you know, I got you. I got you. Like my auntie right now, she's about to get out of her house because you know she took it too soon. You know what I mean? She's like, I want to pay mortgage. I want to get a house. Didn't think about the consequences, I wouldn't say the consequences. Didn't think about the kids or anything like that. The perfectly nice house in Armstrong Creek is now turned to shit. And the kids there slapping their head because they're doing all the wrong things, you know what I mean? Drawing on the walls and everything like that. But I thought they were disciplined, you know what I mean? I thought they were nice. I wouldn't say nice. I thought they were well taught. But it's just to this fact where it's just like there's so many kids. There's so much a one lady can do. You know what I mean?
Can't give your attention to them all, bro.
That's it, you know what I mean? And it's hard. That's why I feel like I need to do something, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, that's why I got a lot of a lot of things in my head. And all Africans will even know that. You know, all African sons or all African kids will be
Bro,
like...
I'm one of 6.
Legit. Oof.
Yeah, and I'm not fucking oldest, so
That's
it's like...
insane, man.
Pressure's on you just like it's on me.
Legit,
and I'm just
man.
like,
Legit.
fuck.
Legit. Like, you gotta do something for your fam, man. And that's a goal that I still haven't pursued yet. I want to be able to, help out my family and not think about it. You know?
Straight facts. I think that's all of our goals. Because it's
Yeah.
what we do anyway.
Yeah.
But it's just a bit harder now because we're like, oh.
But back then, I didn't think about that. You know what I mean?
You were trying to find yourself, bro. You were busy.
Yeah, legit. But I didn't think about any of that, man. I didn't think about, like, even when they told me, it just went through one ear, went at the other, you know? And it got to the point where I was like, shit, man, what am I doing, man? Like, legit, what am I doing, man? And that's it, you know what I mean? And in all honesty, I couldn't care about the factor of money, but money makes the world go around.
It does.
People say that, no, it doesn't. You have to be happy. You have to be happy. Like I'm happy all the time. If I haven't got money, I can still be fucking stoked. I can still be amazing. But the thing is like, how am I gonna get a house without money?
Bro, I say, like, the only people that say that are people that have always sort of had money, that have always been protected. The people where it's like, when nothing's promised, you're like, money actually is hella important.
That's the thing that also pisses me off as well. Like I've got like some of my friends, and this is going completely off topic about my goals. We'll get back to that in a second.
No, go there.
But I've got some of my friends as well that they had it really, really, really good. Like they might have lived in a bad suburb, you know what I mean, and they might have had it a bit rough in terms of ups and downs and stuff like that.
Like everybody does.
Yeah, but their mums have really, really, their mums are like super mums. They've done so much to help them. I mean, they're basically spoon-fed, you know what I mean? To this day, man. To this day. Legit, man. And that's the thing. Like, I get really pissed off because, like, I've never met my mum to this day, you know what I mean? And you could be there treating your mum that's actually in your house, giving you all this money, doing all these things, feeding you, washing your clothes, and you're still my age. Like, come on, man. What are you doing, bro?
Bro.
What are you doing, man?
Wait. Good luck to them, because I had to say the same thing.
Legit, and when their mum doesn't give them money, they flip their shit and that. Like, bro, I'm about to knock you the fuck out, bro. Like, leave her alone, man. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like, look at how many kids asking her for money.
Yeah, she's already done enough, man. Like, you know what I mean? And that's what gets me angry, because when you haven't got a mother, I didn't even see my father for 15 years. 15 years I didn't see my father for. So I was living in Australia with just my nan. My nan held her own, man. My nan held her own, 100%. You know what I mean? And we went through a lot of tough times as well, because as my nan came here, we all lived with our aunties, you know what I mean? And we all lived together and stuff like that. But as they got older, they started to have kids, they started to separate. And the last person to stay with my dad was me. So it was me and my nan, you know what I mean? So I love my nan. I love her so much because she's done a lot for me, so much. And one thing that I took for granted was her love. I really did.
Straight up.
I really did. So, like, she'd tell me things, and I just, like, I didn't really think...
There was too much going on, though.
Legit.
Which is why you weren't able to hear the things you were being told.
Yeah.
Like when things are overwhelming, how am I going to add more overwhelming stuff to it? It's like, no, it's already fucking pouring, bro. So it's like anything else that comes in just goes straight back out.
Straight back out.
It's like I'm already worrying about this, and that. And now you're trying to make me worry about this and that as well. I'm like, nah, like, it's too much.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially as a kid. And like, when the people who are supposed to be helping you cope with that overwhelming are adding to your overwhelming, it's too much.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. It's just way too much.
And there's only so much you can do.
Only so much you can do.
But
only so much a man can do.
I think we're at the perfect time now as well, especially after you just shared all of that. Like, we have one question here, and you know the question. So I'm going to ask you, TL, what's one thing that you wish you were told as a youth? Told as a youth.
Create your own path.
Why?
Because if I had created my own path when I was younger, I wouldn't have done what I've done, and things would have been a hell of a lot different. But at the same time, I'm so happy that, it did happen. But at the same time, what if I had created my own path, though? You know what I mean? And also, take things in. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of people, like, when I was younger as well, like, don't do that, don't do this. I didn't listen to them as well. So really listen. When someone tells you, like, especially from their experiences as well, because, like, because I know that they've actually been in it, and they tell me, like, TL, this is not where you want to be. I was like, nah, man, just pass it off and stuff like that, and didn't listen. That's it, you know what I mean? So I'll be a big one as well, take things in, listen, observe, you know what I mean? Take everything in. Don't take things for granted as well. When I was younger, I wish I hadn't taken things for granted. I took a lot of things for granted. I took moving to this country for granted. You know what I mean? I took having a better life for granted. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. So when like the media and then like the cops are saying, fuck these niggas. You know what I mean? They should get deported back to their
gang.
Yeah, they should get deported back to their country. It's like, no, well, don't blame you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, not everyone is like that. You know what I mean? I'll admit, you know what I mean? The people that have come here, they've caused a lot of havoc and done a lot of damage, and they fucked up the community for the Australians who actually the Australian government has given them an opportunity, given them a chance to make a better life and actually make something of themselves in a land where you actually can make money, actually can get a job, actually provide for your family, actually do something, and then they come around and fuck shit up and then think it's cool. You know what I mean?
It's fucked, bro. But then at the same time, what you're explaining is the byproduct of displacement. So if I have 8 children in the house and I'm a fucking single man, I can't keep an eye on all my children.
That's true.
Like, it's like you're already doing the best you can. So it's almost like, and then how do you teach a kid to be aware of that? Like, how are you supposed to learn that because our parents tell us all the time, man, like, we fucking come from, like, families where our parents always kept trying to tell us how lucky we are to be in this country. But you can't see it. And if there's too much going on around you, and if I'm outside all the time because you can only focus your attention on so many different things, I'm going to get into some bullshit. If I'm not in home being looked like, there's more education than just school. If you're not being educated at home by the right people, you're copping your education on the street.
You become who you become. It's depending on the choices you make, really.
You're a byproduct of your environment.
That's it.
And if we're all from large families, all put in these tiny homes, of course, there's going to be one black sheep that always wanders.
Yeah.
And when you've got one black sheep from multiple families, and you've put all them in the same area, don't be surprised if they all band together.
Yeah.
Because nothing's like going to be there to support them. Like, these people need help. Like, these people need more services. Yes, we're already giving them, like, we're apparently giving them heaps. Bro, swap with them. I guarantee you, the same people like we're giving them heaps, swap with them. You're not going to fucking do that. There's no way you want to raise 8 kids by yourself.
Oh, hell no.
So it's like, if I can't keep track of all my 8 kids, don't fucking tell me to.
Yeah, legit.
If you're not going to help.
Facts.
Don't tell me to.
Facts.
Help me. It's like all of this is just people crying out for help.
It is. It really is. That's the thing as well. It's like, but at the same time, like, these kids need to think. You know what I mean? Like I did.
They need to allow themselves time to think. Because that's what I was about to say. If all we do is do, when do you think about what you're doing?
Ooh.
If all you're doing is doing.
So don't just do it?
Because you're just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Think about what you're doing. Doing's great. Doing's so important. But don't just do just cause.
Yeah, nah.
Like, you need to have a purpose. Otherwise, you're exactly like you. You're doing what the herd does. Fuck that.
Like that, yeah.
Because that's not what TL wants to do. That's not what I want to do. I have to sit by myself, think about what I want to do, and then start taking the steps towards that.
Yeah.
If you haven't done that, that's where I would start.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. 100%.
And it's just, man, and it's just unfortunate that media will only portray one side.
Yeah, true.
Like, fuck, look at all these fucking
True.
Sudanese brothers all banded together because they're alone, they're without resource, and they've been like this for so long now that they're just like, oh, fuck, no one's paying any attention to us. We can just do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Because that's what we've done for a long period of time.
So you've opened up my eyes a little bit, yeah, a lot. Actually, not just a little bit, a lot. So, no, I agree with that as well. So.
No, don't stress because I've also, yeah.
Yeah,
like, I understand.
Yeah, nah, it opens your mind a lot more in both sides. It doesn't just go from one side. It goes, you have to really think about what they've been through as well, because what's caused them to make the actions that they've made as well, and the guidance that they've had, the support that they've had, because sometimes people don't really have the support or guidance, and it's not because that the parents can't do it, it's because the parents are juggling so much at the time, you know what I mean? They can't, put in the time for all the kids that they have.
And bro, you know what's like the fucking cherry on top? The one thing I missed from that whole rant? They're also dealing with serious trauma. Imagine your government turning around saying, I'm going to kill the fucking leader of your family. And then you all fuck off. And then you get here and you've come here with nothing. You're being supported with very little. There's way too much going on. Everybody in your family is dealing with trauma. One black sheep runs away. What the fuck? Help them. we preach mental health so hard, but then we don't help people that are actually suffering from serious trauma. It's fuck off.
I get you. Legit.
It's like we're so quick to point the finger, but it's like we don't even look at like what's
actually going on.
Why are you boys out to 4 a.m.? Why aren't you going to bed like the schools like everyone else? Because these things aren't a priority because there's too much going on. And these kids are dealing with trauma. These kids are trying to cope in environments that aren't ready for them. That aren't ready for them. And we just throw them in the mainstream with everyone else. It's like, okay, fucking Liam, Ocean Grove, raised with both his parents. Let's fucking throw a Sudanese refugee there and expect them to have the same upbringing. It's like, you are fucking bonkers if you think that's going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. That's it. And you also, it's also depending on, like, it's hard because, like, sometimes, like, the kids will be, thinking, oh, shit, my parents aren't really there for me or anything like that. But it's like, how can they be?
That's what I'm saying.
That's it, man.
And there comes a point, you had to grow up as a 16-year-old. I had to grow up as a 16-year-old. Sometimes we're just not fucking that lucky and we can't be a kid forever.
That's it.
And if that's the hand that you dealt, keep playing like you're being a kid and you'll fucking get treated like a kid. Yeah. Keep doing that fuck shit and get treated like a fuckwit. Or 100%. Take it upon yourself, be the difference, be the change, and reap the reward.
Yeah.
It's all on you.
Another thing I've already been told as a youth is start setting up your future. Yeah. Because I wish I had, went to work, I wish I had, started working when I was younger. I really did, because I'd be in a good position right now. Not saying I'm in a bad position financially, but I would have been in a lot better position than I am now.
Things just would have been a little bit easier.
A little bit easier.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Which makes all the difference now.
Yeah, it makes a little difference, but yeah, just that would have been a lot better as well.
Just a little bit.
As well. That's what I'm trying to do to my little brothers as well. As soon as I turn 49 months, I'm making them their resumes and boom.
Bro, my little brother just got a job and I'm already fucking making sure he puts in $10 and he invests it. And he's like, why don't I invest it? I'm like, so when you're my age, you have fucking money.
You're sweet, bro. You're sweet, man. Like, don't be sitting here thinking about that PlayStation game that you want. You know what I mean? Because you can get it. There's a time and place when you can get it. Think about your savings, man. Stack it up, man.
Not only that, when's that PlayStation game going to get shit? Oh, 2 months?
2 months, yeah.
Oh, then just fucking hold it.
That's the thing about these days. These kids are all over these games, man. I'm telling you, man, it's pissing me off. Like, I go to my brother's house and shit, and they're Fortnite this, Fortnite that. It's like, bro, why don't you go outside and play some basketball?
Ready, Tal? Here's a perspective for you.
Yeah.
What would you rather your kid doing? Playing Fortnite all day or being in the streets? The big, dark streets. The dark place where there's no rules. And if you're on the street all the time, what do you learn? Street shit. So what would you rather your kid be doing?
In the street, probably. Yeah, definitely in the street.
But what do we push?
We push for them to be inside.
Here's an Xbox. Shut the fuck up.
I feel you. That shit was hard, man. That shit was crazy. But the reason why I'd want him in the streets because, as you said, he can find himself. But at the same time, I'll have the guidance as well there. So I'll be out, instead of, I'll rather him, but it's depending, I'll always be with him, you know what I mean? And depending on, like, who you're hanging out with and stuff like that. But I prefer him, you know what I mean, socialising with people, interacting with people, instead of being in a house socialising and interacting with people. I prefer going out there, experience the world, you know what I mean? Actually, find himself in the ways where, I couldn't find myself. Because I'll have the guidance, I'll be able to guide him, I'll be able to support him, and then keep him in check as well. So I wouldn't necessarily be like he's in the streets. He'll be able to. Obviously, once you're in the streets, you're open up to anything really. You're gonna be in some situations where you're like, fuck, I don't want to be in this situation, and he'll be able to deal with it because he's got me to come talk to as well. I'm not gonna be that dad where he's gonna be ashamed of something to say or anything like that because I'm gonna be a dad that's gonna be open. You know what I mean? If he's got anything to say, anything he wants to say, he'll say it to me. You know what I mean? And at the same time, it's like. He's gonna learn, he's straight. I wouldn't say straight rule, but he'll be straight smart as well. And that's one thing that school can't teach you. You know what I mean? That's one thing that sitting in the house can't teach you. And that's one thing I think everybody needs to know is how to be street smart. Because like people who have been in school all their life and all their have just been study or do this that or haven't really experienced being out in the streets and haven't experienced what other people go through. They get really, really up themselves, don't they?
Bro, you know what it is? It's not street smarts. It's when you're in the streets, you're exposed to new experiences through different people.
Yes.
And if you're always around the same people experiencing the same shit, when new things happen, it takes you off guard.
Yes.
Whereas if you're out there experiencing all that immediately...
You had that knowledge.
You don't have that knowledge. You have to learn it. You have to adapt to every situation.
That's
and if you don't adapt... There are big bad people out there that are going to take advantage of you.
That's the thing as well because like there's some kids that are still getting taken advantage of like, right now because they've never been or never dealt with it now and now they're just going out and doing what they do and they get taken advantage of and then they get fucked over and they get played around. But if they had maybe been exposed to this stuff a lot earlier, then maybe there could be some changes.
Bro. That nearly sent me in a whole other rabbit hole because, I fucking lived on res.
Yeah.
With kids that just experienced freedom for the first time and the behaviours that those kids displayed, fuck me dead. Ooh. I was just like, if you're 19 and this is the first time you tried that and now you have money, good luck.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
Good luck.
Good luck, man.
Good luck. It's like, I'm not even going to get into that, but good luck.
Legit.
So it's like, one thing I say to fucking young people, I'm like, oh, if you're going to do whatever you're going to do, fucking do it now.
Now. Yeah. Go do it now. Legit. Go.
So you can get over it. Otherwise, it'll come to a stage where...
You're older, you got money, and you got a lot of things to lose.
Fucking oath.
That's it.
And then that's the worst time.
That's the worst time.
But fuck, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at TL Mach Boxing and also TL Mach. TL Mach Boxing is basically just all my training. So you got to see what I'm doing in my ins and outs of training every single day. And also TL Mach is just to check what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm popping all the time. What's up?
Fucking earth. Oi, and if he fights locally, go support the homie.
100%.
We're going to be there. So go support that. Go support with us. Liam going to be there. Jack going to be there.
The whole squad's going to be there.
All got to turn up for that shit.
Yeah, let's turn up. And watch out for next year, professional debut coming probably late February.
Late February?
Probably late February.
You know we're going to be there for that.
You know what I mean? You already know what it is.
We're going to be there for that.
100%.
Patel, is there anything else you want to tell the people?
I would say thank you very much, Dre. 100%. And I appreciate the opportunities that you give people. And I appreciate what you do. And I'm so grateful that, people that... artists, people who, in general who have talent, they can come here and you can, tell people their stories and they can tell you what they've been through, and not just you, also the audience as well. And I appreciate where you've come from as well. I know a bit where you come from as well, but I just appreciate just you in general as a man. Like you really, you really motivate me as well, man, because the things that you're doing for the youth of the community in Australia and Victoria is absolutely amazing, man. Like, you're doing very, very well.
Brother, I appreciate that.
100%.
And the only way I'm in this fortunate position is because of people like you, bro.
100%.
If I didn't have the homie like Liam, if I didn't have the cats like Jack, like, fuck, you saw it. I can't do this shit by myself.
Yeah.
It's a team. We're a team.
That's it.
You need a community to raise a child, so fuck it. Let's be the community.
That's it. Let's be the community. 100%.
Let's be the community. But fuck, I think we're at that time of the day.
Are we?
Stay safe, everyone. Peace out. One love. Thank you all for watching this week. Thank you, TL, for blessing us with your appearance.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
If you ever see his name pop up, make sure you're there to support him, because we'll fucking be there.
100%.
But fuck, I think that's it. Liam, you know what to do. Wrap that shit up. TL.
Let's get it.